Hello, trends lovers. Welcome back. All right, so this gist is one that you need to hear for yourself. There's nothing anybody needs to tell you about this. This is a continuation of Najiba's interview. We know that Najiba was on Amora's some weeks ago, and she kind of just talked a little bit. But this interview she did with Nkem Ofor, shout out to Nkem Ofor. That's the video we're going to be analyzing today. I'm not going to talk much because this is a very long interview. So I just want to start it from the beginning so y'all get to hear everything. Okay, every. So that's what we're going to be doing. So first of all, I want to say shout out to Nkemofo because Najeba spilled a lot. Najeba spilled a lot on this interview. So shout out to Nkemofo, and then let us get right in. So I will play this from the beginning because yesterday it was what? Ooh, Oyoyo's world. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining today. Yesterday, the gist was juicy, but it was like towards the middle, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start this from the beginning, let people get to hear everything. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to be talking much. So if you're coming in, those of you watching the replay, don't forget to like, subscribe if you've not done so. I will just go straight into playing this interview. It's a 2 hours plus interview, but so I want to start it. This is 1 minute 44 seconds into this live stream. I want to start it immediately, so as people are coming in, you will get to watch and listen and hear things for yourself. And even those that will be coming to watch the replay, okay, because I know that as of yesterday we did a lot of analyzing, giving our 2 cents before we went into listening to the interview. So some of the stuff people might not get to catch up on some of the things that Najeba revealed about JD. So let's do that. Let's do that. The shocking things that were done allegedly. So let's get into this right now. Okay, I've just played from the beginning where the lady's trying to figure out. Um, Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm trying to get my volume up. Just want to make sure that my volume is at the max.
So I'm trying to tag you, but I couldn't.
Because I want everyone to hear. Please let me know if you can hear. So the lady's still trying to get herself set up and invite Najeba in. So let's see.
Sugar.
Okay.
It's not even highlighting. This one now.
Let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to get, because the lady had, I think, like technical stuff, and she was trying to set up. And hey Faye, welcome, Queen. Thank you so very much for joining. Thank you. Say good evening, sis Korra and Auntie Yo. I've been missing yours. Like, yes, because when you have other things to do, we really don't have like specific time yet, but y'all don't worry. In the future, we're gonna have specific times where we know that this time, these days, we're going live. So that's why most times we just go live when we can, and we totally understand when people are not able to catch up when we are live, because if you have specific time, then you already know, you can schedule ahead, some days, weeks into, but yeah, we will get there. We will get there slowly. So like I was saying, the lady in Kemo 4 had issues trying to bring Najeba up and whatnot. So hold on, I'm just going to try to move this a little bit. And Kim, we've already done justice to this. So not that I'm skipping your content. Okay, so we can hear. That's great. Okay, so I want to take it back a little bit so we don't miss anything, because let me see when she was able to bring, when Najeba was able to come on the studio.
What's going on?
Okay. Welcome everyone. Like the live stream, like the live stream, please.
I don't know how to show. They're all highlighted. Only her own. Come here.
Let me see. Okay.
Guys, please bear with me. I am not very, very tech savvy. If you have your questions, please come and ask.
I don't want us to miss anything, so I just want
Let
us
me try
to
and go live. Let me try and go live.
follow
Do
and
the live on this other page as well and see if I can invite her in straight away.
I saw a video.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, I saw a video where it was I needed, and so
18,
why don't you?
16,
It's like
15.
something of giving. And the bottom, even seeing you among the people highlighted here. I can see.
Okay, so from 1 minute to 12 minutes into, she's still trying to.
Mila, Edith.
I'm trying to see when Jeba. So somewhere from 15 to 18 minutes into her live stream, you will see her come in. So let's see that. Let me keep playing this.
Lita Stevens, Ethelbert,
Welcome if you're just coming.
Tina,
Like the live stream.
Korra, Heather. I can see everybody, but you're not here.
Okay, so
Flair is here, Nadisha, Messia.
Yeah, so looking at the screen, I can see Jeba commenting, but she's trying to get Jeba up on stage. But you can see Jeba's comment in her in the chat, but I think she was struggling. Not be smart in I go ask, so not be smart. Y'all, please just be patient because some of the things you'll be hearing, your ears will be popping. So please.
I'm looking for the square. Is there a square on? I don't think on your.
Okay, so this is 12 minutes into.
Followers on your story time.
I needed, and so I had. So who are you?
Facebook. I'm trying to get it to 15. It's skipping to 18.
Yay!
Let me see. Yeah, that she said.
Yes,
yeah.
The moment the boy is here, this, please don't fail me. She's coming on. She's coming on, guys.
Okay, so Jeba is up now.
Wow, an hour to get you. The president says, broadcast. That's so stressful.
Okay, so once more, before now that Jeba is up on stage, let me give one more shout out to the content creator that has this video. This is a reaction video, fair use, and we're not trying to, you know, do anything that is against what YouTube said. So we're going to be reacting on this. So in between, I will be pausing, and also y'all, as you're listening, drop your comments. I'll be pausing to read comments, and we'll just do a proper reaction video. But first of all, shout out to the content creator that did this interview with Najeba, the ex-nanny of JD. Her name is Nkem Ofo on Facebook. Okay, for those people that are not Nigerians that probably would not know how to spell Nkem or for, I'll spell it out. So if you want, you can go follow Nkem on Facebook and catch up on all of her contents. Also, from what her page says, she reacts to trending gist. According to her, she uses English, Pidgin English, and Igbo language to do her reaction videos. So Nkem for that is Nkem. That's Nkem, then Ofor, Ofor. So that's how you find her on Facebook. So shout out to you, Nkem Ofor, for this amazing chat you had with Jeba, and Jeba really spilled things that we've not heard her say on other interviews that she's granted, or even what she posted on her Instagram, her Facebook, and her Facebook profile and Facebook page. So shout out to you, Nkem Ofor. And let's go. If you're just coming in, please like the live stream. There's a whole lot to listen to. There's a whole lot for you to hear. Your ears will be popping. So go nowhere. Go nowhere. Just sit, relax, and consume this content in peace. Because your ear is gonna be popping. Okay. So let's proceed.
Oh my God.
And
welcome, girl.
Lest I forget, shout out to Jeba also. Okay, shout out to Jeba for coming out and telling her own part of the story also, and not keeping quiet, just as so many of the other ex besties, nannies, housewarmers, housekeepers, and whatever they are to JD have done. She's telling her own story and she's not keeping quiet. And shout out to you, Jeba. Shout out.
Thank you for doing this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this, but you chose to do it. First and foremost, before I start, I do have to apologize first. Because when the story first broke out, when it came out, my first video was, oh, she knew the kind of person What did he expect from God and the Lord? He knew the kind of person he was. But then as time went on, listening to your story, listening to how you tried so hard to tell him to stop saying things about black girls in your presence and all that, I knew the kind of person he is, and you were in a very good place as well. So please forgive me.
No, thank
Where
you.
do you want to start? Who has got the first? Hey, who has got the first question? You know, when I said I was gonna, when I looked everywhere to find you, about the Nyash thing. Let me tell you about the Nyash. Okay, you did
Love
the
the
video
smoke and yash
2
thing.
days
Welcome,
ago.
welcome.
I'm doing that on you.
Welcome. If you are just joining us, we are here listening to the interview that Jeba granted. And if you're just coming, you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell. A lot was revealed here. Okay, your ears will be popping. Look, I'm not even joking. So go nowhere, sit, put, grab your popcorn, your juice, your wine, whatever you love consuming, coffee, name it, water, and let's do this, okay?
So when you hear Nyash in Nigeria, it's behind, you're behind. I know. So I saw a lot of people, guys, please like and share, show some love. It's a season of giving. Links are there for you to see, and I'll be all over the place.
So I know that some people are saying, you know, or might be wondering why these people kind of encouraging people to give Najeba. If you remember, JD had actually said that he is going to be he might be suing Jeba because Jeba doesn't even have money or doesn't even have a place to stay. So it's almost like him mocking her and whatnot. So I think that didn't sit well with a lot of content creators that though they don't support what Jeba has done, but JD has done a lot of evil also. But people still support him with buy me coffee and whatnot. So who is he to come out and mock somebody else that does not have money or somebody that is in a bad place? So you hear these people encouraging that they should gift Jeba. So that's why you'll be hearing that for those that might not understand why the blogger is saying that.
Because I've never done this before.
This is my first Facebook live.
All over the place. But anyway, guys, if you have a question, okay. And Mr. Korra said, Jiva, you have given me jokes for the last 10 years. I thank you. So like I was saying, we'll start from the up and we'll go back down.
Yeah. Listen, we are laughing through the pain here, okay?
You were laughing. You were so embarrassed. You said you are going out and all that. Yeah. How is that? I want to correct an impression as well. You know, you keep saying he paid you 7,000 throughout your duration.
4,000 for 7 months.
For 7, I'm saying he didn't pay you 7,000. I think he paid you 3 because the 4,000 was for special, special services. So that should be removed.
No,
exactly. So we are now. I'm sure my audience wants to know.
Yeah.
How did the Nyash thing come about? Because we are all adults here. We are all adults here.
So traumatized. Well, don't be. No. Well, first, I'll clarify about the money. So, in total, I had a storage unit. I still have one in San Francisco. And when I mentioned it to him, he told me to save money. He's like, "Oh, why don't you just move your stuff in here? You don't need to keep paying like $400 a month for the service." And I'm like, it's expensive, but also I'm like, I'm aware that it is crazy for a man to invite someone to live in their house after a week. Like I'm very aware. I'm like, I know that I needed housing. Like I understand, you know, my motivation and my logic, but I'm like, realistically, I'm like, okay, I gotta use some common sense here. No, I'm not gonna, screw myself over by what is it called? By moving all of my things and being in the same position that I ended up in, but now all of my stuff is just on the road next to me, and instead of only my suitcases. So, yeah, I did my best to be smart about that because I was already scattered from moving so many times before I even met him. And so that was $4,500, and I asked for $4,000 because I'm like, it's a lot of money to ask anybody for, but generally because I knew that we didn't have an agreement for a consistent amount of money because he was still rebuilding himself up. I'm like, let me lock in like a retainer fee so there's something to fall back on in the event that he, makes something up and is like, oh, I'm just not earning money for my client. So I wanted it to be a retainer fee, but I could tell that he was cheap, like just from buying, from me trying to order groceries and having to like explain the receipt. I'm like, you see it here, buddy. I'm not in charge of grocery prices. But because of that, I'm like, I felt very, I don't know, a little bit uncomfortable just being upfront with what I needed. And so I had to phrase it like a favor to pay this particular bill, which is what it all went to anyway. And so I rounded up and said that he gave me a total of $5K for the whole time there, just to be generous. But even so, I came from making like $5,000 to $6,000 a month in my last job. So like that 1 month of money was not going to do anything for
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, it wasn't until I was doing that live with Amora where I kind of recall that I'm like, it wasn't even like a true 100% favor. Like, oh, I'm just a kind man. And like, I learned that's the difference between kind and nice. Like, kind is something that's from the heart. Nice is more so surface level. So he was trying, he like weaponizes his niceness. Like, oh, he's a good white man. Yeah, he's a good white man.
He's a perfect super daddy. Absolutely. He has the bathroom in his house is every girl's dream.
Oh my. First of all, who are you? Why would you tell someone on Tinder the square footage of your house? Like you can tell, like there's like a checklist of things he mentions when he talks to any woman because he understands the goal, the seed that he's trying to plant in their mind.
And he keeps, you know, with a man like him, he keeps saying that he doesn't want to be famous, he doesn't want to do that. That square foot that he told you was a lie. When Korra bought her house, the 1.6 million house, he went berserk on social media searching for, because Korra called her house mansion, and it became, and that she did that 14 months after he made her literally homeless, or technically homeless. As soon as he bought her, he came online and was like, oh, people are delusional. He was typing the difference between a house and a condo and a mansion, trying to connect to her. And then he said he technically lives in a mansion. He lives in a 3,000 square feet house, but if you add, you need 5,000 to be a mansion. If you add the landlord downstairs to his own, that is technically living in a mansion. You know, you can't
sorry house. Relax. That's crazy. I saw a video. I saw a video where it was where I guess this was after Korra showed her house. I was trying to catch up on all of this drama that happened way before me, and and I saw him do a video where he's like pretending to be like a mentally balanced individual, and he's like, you know what, I just want to stay, I just want me to show you what my house looks like. And this is a nice neighborhood. Here's how much a house costs. And I'm like, this guy is a lunatic. Who's doing this?
That is what his house is and I'll tell you something though, that house was made possible as well, that apartment, or that was made possible by Korra.
I'm sure.
When Korra agreed to pay the court during the divorce, they asked Korra, because she's the higher earner, to pay him $50,000 of equalization fee. You know, you live in America, that's how it works.
Like alimony.
As soon as Korra said equalization fee was called, he wanted alimony, he wanted spousal support, but they said no. Yes, it's on record.
That's on public record that he wanted spousal support.
Yes, he actually asked for Korra. He asked Korra for $67,000 to finish paying that house. After he sent her out, he asked her to, and they said no, I'm not doing that. But anyway, when they got to the court arrangement, they now told her, because you are the higher earner, when they did the calculation, she had to pay him $50,000 equalization fee. And as soon as they said that, they agreed that she's going to pay slowly, but he made his lawyer and everything. They went to seize her account. So she said, oh, I'm going to pay. So as soon as she paid that, that was how, at the time, the plot for him and the women under him were, if you get that big apartment, you take sole custody of the keys. Korra is this, Korra is that. So they kind of lured him into that. But that was how he got that. But anyway, that
crazy. No, I think that's so distasteful. And this is as somebody who doesn't even know all the details. I've only watched maybe like 10 or 15 videos. I think just seeing the video of this man, I don't know if he was recording her or if she was, but I think it was him. But like watching a video of him kick her out and like tell her that, yeah, I'm taking the baby, and she's like pleading, like I'm breastfeeding. I'm like, this man, this is I don't know what I want to say on Facebook Live, but I'm like, to me, that feels like attempted murder to a woman. Because I'm like, no, if you separate any woman from her child, I'm like, that is, and at the very least, if not that, like mental torture. That's you cannot do that, and especially for somebody who's a doctor who has the knowledge.
He's not a doctor. Let's have depression. I'm still going to come back. We need to talk about the nurse, but let's come back. He's not a doctor. Okay. Before he met Korra packaged him.
Wow.
Before he met Korra, he was just Dr. Justin Dean on there. And literally, I think he left a relation. The wife he told you, we're going to come to that. He now feels horrible. It was a rebound. He went to China, and before he met Korra, it was that. But Korra met him there. We Nigerians, I'll tell you something about Nigerians. If you're marrying outside your tribe or outside your tribe, we have different tribes in Nigeria, and then Korra went far. For you to convince your family to support your marriage, even if you're the man, okay, you love the guy, you have to package him. So for me, Korra packaged him, and I put that doctor in there for him, to have the respect.
Okay.
That was from there, and I got used to the good life.
You know what? That it's so unfortunate. I think anytime you try to give a poor man a chance, they always make you look stupid, especially if you're a
Welcome everyone. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, turn on your notification bell as you listen to this juicy interview by JD's ex nanny, where she'll be spilling a lot of tea. Okay, like seriously.
Black woman, it's hard enough to make a white partner look good. So I'm like, to do all of that and financially support, like I feel so much rage in my heart for this woman. And that's why, like, even though I didn't particularly have a plan when I started sharing the truth, I'm like, just this woman, this woman needs some justice. Because like the amount of lives it seems like he has ruined.
And if you watch things, we have been here for, this is 32, 33 months into the game now, into the whole thing. Most of the people behind the scenes that he's recruited against, they have been karma. There have been some people that have a lot of things has happened that brought, and each time whatever he does in secret comes out, he come and do a damage control. He comes and say whatever. But while he's trying to do the damage control, he's spilling some teas as well. These people, Korra, they took him to Nigeria. First of all, when he went to China and met Korra, the Korra was already in China before him, months before him. You know the China he talks about, he was sacked 2.5 months into the whole thing. Because
I finally heard someone mention that. I'm like, what is going on? Because
he was fired. He even confirmed it in his River Steve story. If you go back to his page when he was trying to do only does the passport. Have you seen Korra's family?
Right. They seem to
travel abroad. They go abroad. Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy.
Korra took him to. Guys, before I continue, 127 of you, have you seen a link? Have you seen a link there? There are links there. Please sprinkle some love. This is Christmas. There's no hard story. We are not here to judge. And Latanya, let me take some questions. Latanya thereby says, that's why lots of us were shocked that he didn't think he had it in him to do as far as planned the London attack. We were shocked because now you're saying this appears like you know lot of you bought into his story because if you go to his page, he says that his plan is he said he's a chess player. Everybody plays checkers, he plays chess, but he said his plan is he's there. Sometimes he's there. If I go and search his I will get stuff of that. He said his plan
he's a comedian is what he is.
Yeah, he said he speaks slowly but holds the big stick. So whenever he wants to, when he was allowed to drink it, whenever he's coming online, he already said what he's gonna say. He talks slowly and all that to draw the women in, and then when he draws them in, and then he starts telling them a lot of whatever, all the lies he was saying. But anyway,
well, so on the London attack, I will say I don't know anything about that, but I was there when I guess when all that stuff transpired and like the video came out and he was obviously following that very closely, and he's like, "Oh, it's like, of course now everybody's gonna think I did it." And I mean, my true opinion is that that man is too cheap to pay anyone to do any job. Like even if it was that,
we found that for the newcomers, we know we've been saying this all along. You know, when you come out, when others comes out after dealing with him, let me tell you, you know what he did to Lolo? Lolo was a strong
who's that?
there's a lady called Lolo Talk Show. She was a foster girl for his case, was blogging. He collected the GoFundMe for 18 months for him and all that. There's a woman called Awolowo that was there recruiting women all over to do dirty for him behind the scenes. But after the whole thing happened, what he did is he came on live and called the woman that he is a scam alama. He scammed because in his mind she didn't remit all the money that
What?
was asking. Before you continue, let me take this. Mr. Korra dropped a point. He said, which is true. He always says why he didn't put his stars on. Because then he was trying to make to stop giving Korra. Korra is one resilient woman. You need to learn something else from her. You know, I keep telling you, go live. At the moment you have 2.5k followers, you can go live. You can go live and they can give you stars. They can give you performance bonuses for reaction. So you can just do in the morning, go live. Every little help. Because at the time, people were given one particularly, he keep even when they were still good together, he keep telling her, oh no, I want to make you a millionaire, that stars, millionaires don't get by giving star, blah blah blah. And then one particular live he watched on Korra's live show, she was giving 500,000 stars by her fans. That equated to $5,000. But most of them trying to, because every time it comes, oh, I can never ask for stars. That will make me a beggar. It will pull out my ethic strings. It will change the dynamics of my relationship with my fans. Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, while he's saying this, Lolo was on her page doing GoFundMe for him. Lola was on her page doing subscribers only for him.
Wow. These are black women volunteering for this?
Oh my God. Hundreds of hundreds. There are systems behind the scenes as we speak. So that's why.
Ooh, hold on, that just hurt my heart, my soul.
Can you read the comments there? Read Mr. Korra. He said asking for stars pulls as ethical heartstrings, but he was
I hope
happy
everyone can
to
hear.
ask a woman
ethical heartstrings. Please. Wow.
But he was happy to ask a woman to look 9 inches in his
9 inches. they will not bring it.
Where we want to start and come down, please.
Yo, are you people hearing? Please let me know. Let me know if you can hear properly. If you can hear properly on all fours. And Jeb are taking care of her boss. Well, the boss was on all four, allegedly.
Okay.
Let me share this live stream.
Okay,
I want to make sure you people can.
Allegedly. On my iPad, so I can go to comments.
Let me share this live stream. I want to make sure.
Okay, how did that come to be? Okay, yeah. So I asked, like, very silent, like, in an email, kind of sent him the. Oh, thank you, Stacey. I'm a musical. Thank you. Yeah, I emailed him, sent him the like the invoice for my storage company, let him know it was legitimate, all of that stuff, and he said either he said yes or or like let's talk in person, and so he like knocked on my door, came to like discuss it with me, and I would say we were friends, or I think we had like a good rapport, we were getting along well, and just having a lot of, I guess, spirited debate, which I now realize was mostly just him saying offensive white people things and me like trying to keep a sense of humor and like move past it. I'm like, you know what? Let me try to be progressive and accept his white opinion, or try to not judge. But yeah, so he came over to my room, and he's like, yeah, I can do it, and I guess he Venmoed me in 2 parts. So he sent me the $2,000.
Welcome. Please like the live stream. Like the live stream. I see 20 persons here, and we have just 9 thumbs up. Give the live stream a thumbs up. Thank you.
You know that is selfish to him.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm like, if I were a professional and that were my job, I'm like, I might charge $5,000 for one experience. We don't know. So yeah, I think that I didn't realize it until, or I didn't. I knew that was like obviously, improper and that's not something that I want to do.
Ooh, somebody has sent me 500 stars. Thank you so much for the 500 stars.
Wow.
Please, guys, show some love to Diva. I've seen you from the bed. Please show some love, please. Sprinkle some love. She doesn't have to do this.
Thank
Please,
you so
please.
much.
Let's support our girl. She was. What was the last bus stop?
I certainly hope so. Like I'm looking back, like at
Jeba is Mr. Korra's karma. Seriously, he's done so much and nobody has ever responded to him. But Jeba is feeling.
when I like Google him, I'm surprised. I'm like, how are women still falling for this? Like I understand. Like I was there, and I'm like, I knew that it was very easy for me to not cross over the line into romance. Like as soon as he told me he was poor, I'm like, okay, well,
Maybe it was Paul though, or he's hiding it.
I think. I mean, now I think he's definitely hiding it now. But I mean, at the beginning, he was actually like his. I was with him when his car collided. Like it was awkward. Like,
All right.
and even to get groceries every single time, I'm like, hey, is there? Do you have like $200 in this account for groceries? Hold on, I have to transfer the money to the cafe. It's either he was very good at playing broke or he was actually very broke. And then, and I guess because that was on his mind, and he was talking about retirement very early, like just kind of, I think he had started to compare his life timeline to Korra, and I think he had gotten used to a certain quality of life as a sugar baby, and so it is very much like such a competitive sort of personality he has, where it's like, okay, well that's not fair, or why should she succeed and not me? And it's like it's like a white child being jealous.
Oh,
Like,
I'm a doctor. He comes and say, I'm the doctor. He doesn't have if social media crashes in 6 months, he'll be homeless. He doesn't understand how to make it. He did that a few times. He actually sent to those his minions to try and get her page down. At one point, she was banned for 6 months. She had to go to mental health office to try to fix that. The aim was if she lost her page, that she would be homeless. Because the fact that she got a 1.6 million dollar house, I know it's mortgage, but she has to put some deposit down.
oh,
In 14 months.
the jealousy, because he does not actually own any assets. He's mad about it. Oh my god, that's but so he would want the mother of his children to be homeless. Like that would be a good outcome for him.
Can I tell you? He doesn't care. On the day after he took the kids, when this thing happened, a few weeks later, I attempted to pretend I was taking the kids so give Korra a break. He never returned them. Korra went everywhere, called the mother. Korra called the mother and said, look, my breast is engorged. I need my baby back. Even if you want to keep the DJ, I want my baby girl. What did the mother say? That's what happens in a divorce. She tried everywhere, called the police, and they said, until her friends had to ask her, help her to go and get restraining order, go and get police report and restraining order. Because he was a cheapskate. Look at how lucky Korra was. God loved them. He was a cheapskate. 4 days into that, to him doing that, he thought he got her where he wanted her. He can't do nothing. 4 days later, somebody called him for a job. A job came out, but he couldn't pay for babysitter or anything. So he brought the kid back. Can you look after the kid while I go to work? And Korra went, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So when he came back from the job and he came out, restraining order was found and everything. That was where everything started. In that he didn't realize it was being recorded. He said to Korra that when he was calling her SLUTWHORE in front of the kid.
Oh, he still does it. He still does it.
Korra said, you're not going to do it in front of my girls. What did he say? Ooh, 700 stars. Thank you so much.
Oh, somebody sent me
Welcome, welcome everyone. If you're just joining, you are welcome. We are here listening to Jeba's interview, exposing how she was so useful to JD and how he just paid her back by calling her a thief of $7,000 camera. But meanwhile, she was helping him while he was on all fours, allegedly, with a huge stuff but behind.
He couldn't pay. He couldn't pay. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what he was. He was trying to find people who was running. I'm like, I'm not your anything. I am, a casual aunt to these children because that is an unpaid title. He's not for anything, sir. Ew. You know that before you came in, there was a woman called Crystal. I call her Crystal. Who call her Zoe? Is that the white lady? Yes. Old lady? Yes, because they on her page always bashing Korra and all that. She will buy him clothes and they come and say thank you and all that and everything. The white lady that was buying him clothes? And he will come and thank her on his live video. Thank you for it, blah blah blah. Yeah. It's great. We buy him not for the kid, him himself. But before you show this, you kind of consolidated that woman. When you went there, when she went the first time, got angry. She said that well, I think he brought a woman home. I don't know what she was thinking anyway because
she wanted some. That's what she was thinking.
She was thinking more than the Lord would go and smash her. But what I had some help. What I the Lord, I told him what I the Lord. Went out, came back with the lady. I told her, don't mind, don't spend the night. Went there. The woman came out on her group. She had a group of women, Rhonda Wallace, and the rest of them. She took photos of the fridge, photos of the kids. If you see when they have hashtag no eye, they took photos of the unclad, and when they were sharing it between themselves, he was even aware. When he called her out about it, he came and put a video and said, look, what people don't understand is that JD I sent him every of those videos, and he consented for me to share it with her group. But then, JD, when they all started making noise, JD said that he was his nanny. And we said, how can she be your nanny from how many miles away? The next thing she became the mother's friend that came to help out. All that. But that woman left. He got angry and left quickly. Instead of the normal day, he still brought her back a second time. No. Came back a second time. No. Some of the people that he called positive on this page, 100% of them, a few of them, were sending money for groceries. The white lady said why she shared she only shared those naked photos of kids for one person because she was aware that the woman, an alleged Rhonda Wallace, was paying 75% of his grocery bills. That was like exploitation kind of thing. Ew! Wow. With the groceries though, he did tell me. I said why? Like I had to throw away so much stuff. I did like 3 days. And I'm like, why is there so much expired food? And it was like cans and just a bunch of old like pork and meat that was just sitting in the freezer rock solid. And I'm like, why do you have all this? And he's like, oh, my old nanny used to get food stamps and she would use that money to buy us groceries. Food stamps? Doctor? Food stamps? Thank you, testimony, Jesus. And thank you. Wait, there's another name that I saw and it went away. Oh no. Oh, I'll find it. But thank you as well. Yeah, thank you guys for the love. Keep showing our love. So yes, we are back to we digress and we are back to how the Nash thing came about. Sorry. I'm gonna stick my mouth to finish that story. No, I know. Oh, it's Latanya. Thank you, Latanya. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, he said I will,
give you the rest of this, like as long as you do one thing or under one condition. I'm like, okay, what is it?
Let me know if
like
you people
and
can
he was
hear.
genuinely talking to me about it before, like similar to what people were saying. Thank you, people. Like he's not a doctor. He's somebody a hard. He's a what package. He's a bone massager. I'm like, that's great. But
Somebody wants to know, does he collect from the food bank?
I'm like, it's the food bank has better quality food than what we there. I'll be honest. And that was another thing. I think that's why the global standard of living is what is it? Because he's like, well, I grew up. My mom was on food stamps. I grew up on food stamps. It's fine. Like I ate like this. Okay? And I'm like, you ate like garbage, and so your upper middle class children should also eat like garbage. And I'm like, I don't care if a white person eats like garbage. You're not going to justify having two black girls eat like garbage. That's not standard. But
To
it was
think,
sad
when Jeba talks about how those kids ate, to think that JD is comfortable with that. What do you mean by, oh, so because your parents were not doing too well for themselves, struggling to raise their kids, and you have opportunity to do better and give better care to your children, you just won't do it because all you can see and all you understand or know is the fact that it is terrible. Because one thing I know is most people that are coming from humble background, people hustle. You will hear things like, I want to be the one that breaks out from this family poverty or whatnot, whatever they call it, and once they do, they don't go back telling you that, oh, because we didn't have 3 square, we didn't have this. No, they live their life and they give their children better than what is not what everybody is hustling for, making sure that you can give your children better life than what you had. So it is very strange that after coming online to run down the mother of his children, he's still the one that goes around. I just don't want to talk too much. I want to allow you people to listen to this whole thing, hear the shocking revelations that Jeba did. I wish I could put some of these things on the title and thumbnail so people get, but because of YouTube and whatnot, we cannot really tell it the way it is. You have to watch and listen to the video for you to hear what is being said. So listen carefully as Jeba is talking. You people will pick a whole lot and you will be shocked. You'll be blown away.
You know that when they have that white and place that the children that they have their best food to take, they eat fish, they eat salmon, fish, blueberries, and all that. You laugh so hard.
that first, I mean, they definitely do eat steak, but one, it's incredibly cheap. It's like a $2-3 piece of giant steak, from like a budget store, and it's so great, super cheap, and they don't even eat in a formal place, right? So it's like the kids would just be on the floor with a plate. Like I mean, I used to do that in like I guess where I grew up, because we were poor and we didn't have a couch.
And I mean, in our culture, we sit on the floor.
Yeah,
We eat. So when Korra had the girl, Korra was cooking anyway, just like his friends and even him. Straight away, went to buy a dining table to say that he has dining table. They eat together, they eat. So, but now you're confirming they don't eat on the dining table.
no, that's something that I had to do. I everything that I did, I had to do from scratch to try to build tradition in that house or build structure. And then when you eat together, he would be on his bed watching his like loud action shows, men fighting, shooting each other on full volume, and while both girls are just eating on his bed or eating on the floor, eating in the living room. And I'm like, let's have some consistency. So I got him to do it a few times, but like he did not care enough to make it a home like he said he wanted to do. And a side note about the table, this man told me that allegedly that table cost $6,000. I'm like, excuse me, you're complaining about money? Sell this damn table. So the table that he does not use, he said was $6,000, and it was a custom table on Etsy.
Somebody said that you ask questions, so you say,
Sorry, I okay, yeah.
I've asked the question, we have not come down to it. Please, okay, how did he tell you to come and sit down?
That's all it is, though. He said, under one circumstance, and I'm like, okay. And so he told me, he's like, I wanted to try this, and I think before online, it seems like he said that, it would just be easier to date men. He's like, oh, if I was attracted to men, I would do that. Like, it'd be easier. And so he's like, message like many times, like, oh, this is not a gay thing, but but just it's just something that I want to experience. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, I'm not. I need my storage unit. Like, I don't want all my stuff to be sold at auction, so it is what it is. Um, and so yeah, I definitely had gloves. So he went to the store already, bought his materials. Okay, and and I'm like, so where? I'm like,
how big was the material? We want to know.
I'm gonna
How
be
many
honest.
inches?
I'm gonna be honest. It was not. Let me see if I can find it. How big is this? Okay, well, this is my head. Hold on. It was a little bit longer than that. Before I'm gonna be honest. And it was thick. It was thick too. Like, Gertie. Oh my God. He picked it, not me, and it was pink. It was a nice color at least. But it was just, and it was kind of like just, surprising. It was just a lot to visually accept. But no, when he just told me, I'm like, okay, when do you need this done by? I'm like, let me give me some time to mentally prepare and to get it done soon. And he's like, oh well, I'm ready right now. And I'm like, oh,
No time for you to change your mind.
I'm like right now. So so I'm like, just give me some time. Took a little walk around the block. Listen to some hip hop music. I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm strong. You know what? Hustle hard. But yeah, no, I did it. He doesn't have a big butt.
You really didn't use any oil.
Of course.
Really? Did you go free or did you use any oil?
He would be a champion if he just did it with nothing. No, I use a lot. I feel like I'm a very gentle lover. I'm very compassionate. So I use a lot of product to try to, I don't want to hurt this man. I don't want to scare him for the first time. So, some questions. Yeah, no, I didn't want to injure him or anything, so I was careful. And it was great. And so it was kind of he, the feedback at the end of it, I would say it was maybe like 15. Stop. I would say it was like 15. What is it called? Someone said I should have used the whole mop. Oh no. This was before, but this was early on. This was before I knew he was evil.
Was he on all fours? Was he on all fours?
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Somebody wants to know if he was on all fours when you did.
I mean, what other position could it be? Yeah.
Did that answer your question? Oh my God. Guys, please show some love. Thank you for the stars. Just give it stars. Thank you for the coffee, the paper. Please show us some love.
How do I link my stuff? Somebody asked if this is a paid interview. No, but that is
It's not a paid interview. Who is going to pay me? I'm saying show us some love. Who is going to pay who? Just show us some love. We know her story. We know why God has got body because she didn't have a place. She came from out of state. She didn't have a place to stay. You felt like you could just gaslight her and manipulate her into doing things. Like you heard her say here. She tried to say no, but it was like, if you want to do this as a favor, I'll pay for this. You do this. If you come to me this favor,
that's a big
then we have to think about our living arrangement. And at the time, she was glad to have a roof over her head. So that is kind place. Kind.
Right.
Somebody said, Mr. Korra wrote, Jiba, why didn't you show me? Make him walk like a three-legged
okay, listen, if I knew he was a bad person at this point, I would have gotten justice for everybody. I promise. For the whole Black community, the whole diaspora. But I did not know. This is like the first month. Like it was earlier.
Let me ask a question. Do you believe you were? I think when you were talking to Amoira, you said it was the first time. But for that big land, and the fact that he said was your feedback, I didn't say the feedback. You think that was his first time, or you just tried to pretend he was the first time? Did everything go in? That big length and thickness, did everything go in? Do you think actually it was the first time? Honestly, now.
I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I don't even know if anything ever been true, so now I don't know. But I will say that he took it like a champion. He was not, I feel like most men would, kind of run away like, ow, actually, no, thank you. That didn't happen. I think he enjoyed himself. And afterwards, like, 10 minutes later, he's just walking around back to normal. And the feedback was like, oh, I don't know why girls complain so much.
I was waiting for you to say that.
And I'm like, wow, if he literally like, I could actually go off with that. That wasn't as that wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be. And I'm like, nobody is daring you to do this. Like you can just say that
You chose to do it. My next question though, if it was his first time, how did he know he was gonna make him come alive? Because he said he was inside. How did you know that was gonna bring him? It was just a manipulative tactic. Do you think it was manipulation on his part, asking you that just to get it drawn in to help him with that?
I don't know.
Yo, let me know. What have you heard? What have you heard so far? Are your ears popping already? Look, I'm trying not to interrupt so much because uh, 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 uh. Karen said she's a big accomplice. I'll read Karen's comment. But yeah, welcome, 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 everyone. I hope you all are hearing the spilling. I'm trying not to interrupt so much, but I also have to because this is not my content, and I have to make this different from the creator. Okay, one small shout out to Nkem Ofor. So yes, I will be pausing and also be giving my 2 cents in between, but I'm allowing y'all to listen to even more. I should be pausing more, even more frequent than this, but let's see how this goes. Mm-hmm. Carrie says, this is what you do to what Chucky Tinder. They said that Tinder daddy are soulmates. She isn't a victim. She is a huge accomplice. She's a big accomplice. I don't think anybody sees Jeba as a victim. Actually, a lot of people kind of because Jeba saw the red flags at some point, but from what she's saying, that JD will always pick people that have some kind of issue going on and try to use those people. So that's why I believe a lot of people are kind of cutting some slack. But she being the person that delivered the RO, the restraining order to Korra, also people have actually called her out. Karen, people have called Jeba out also, and letting her know that she shouldn't have even associated herself with JD right from the beginning. But the fact that JD came out and did the most, calling her a thief, she stole the $7,000 camera, she did this, she ransacked his home. There is nothing JD did not accuse this person of doing. I think that's the reason why Jeba, or that's one of the reasons why Jeba decided to come out and give her own 2 cents. If you're just coming in, you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and join the conversation. We're listening to Jeba spewing and telling us on how she really helped JD's behind. Allegedly, we'll just be saying allegedly because we were not in that room when that stuff was going on. So she helped JD's behind and whatnot. Okay, she just wasn't taking care of JD's kids alone or cleaning the home and making sure that everything is okay, everybody's okay. No, she was busy helping with oil, cream, whatnot, tools, in and out, being on all fours and whatnot. But yet, JD is the one that says them allegedly. So let's continue this.
Honestly, it was at a thing where it's like this man. I mean, men in general, like their mood and their emotion really control the environment that they're in. Um, and then
I hope
so
you
like
people
if
can
he's in a
hear.
bad mood or
I
if
don't know.
he's
I feel like
depressed,
the
like he's
volume is not so loud.
tracking whatever his ex-wife is doing. He just
Somebody said it's on this slide, that it's asking some questions. Like, isn't fake? That's what somebody said. Fake might not be true. Yeah, fake in your mind.
so. I mean, does he have anything better to do? He could be here. And oh wait,
I asked him everything. Do you think it was the first time? If people ask the feedback he gave and everything.
Yeah, that was a manipulation. I don't know. But I definitely think that is something that I definitely think it was a selfish ask, because I'm like, it didn't make sense. Because I'm especially because we agreed to, just keep like not cross certain barriers, not cross certain lines, because we'd be living together and we didn't want to take care of children. So that was I would have appreciated had he not tied it to that. It'd be different if, like, of my own accord, I'm like, oh, I want to try something new. What do you think about this? But like, it was not great for that to be for something that I needed to be tied to that action. Yeah.
So kind of I call that the financial abuse. So I don't even know how to put that because somebody's asking, do you have stars on your page? They want to say
no, and I don't think I can get them yet. I tried.
You know what you need to do? You need to come live every day or every whatever. You can just wake up. You don't have to say nothing. Make a cup of coffee, good morning all and all that. You can do a reel and all that because all you need to have is 1,000 for you to start shooting stars. And you have about 2,500 at the moment. But you have to start coming live and putting videos out there and it's like you. Let me see. Any other question? So what do you think about, did he tell you about the London attack on Korra? Because that actually made it go wide. Because it was, as soon as that London attack happened, that was when he went to Zek and started doing the first story.
Oh, Lord. What do I know? All I know is that he said he didn't, so what type of, someone asked a very specific question. Wow, go back. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, what? What does that mean? Another one was about people.
Okay, let me tell you something as well. Do you know? Because I know I can see that you tried to protect it for a long time. When this whole thing started, for the first few weeks, maybe 10 to about nearly 12 weeks, Korra didn't talk. Actually, so even when Korra came out to talk, she said, look, I'm not going to say anything about anything negative about my husband. He kind of doesn't forget and all that. Korra didn't talk. She was actually, he had literally cornered her in a corner. She was scared. The poor girl or poor woman was scared for her life. But then her sister came to America and she said her own story. Do you know that this man admits
She will be back. Don't worry. Oyoyo is gonna be live. Give or take the next 1 or 2 hours. Oyoyo will be live. So y'all get ready. This gist continues, okay? Sunday we are going to be delivering. All right. Episode I miss you at Oyoyo. Don't worry, at Oyoyo will be back tonight to give hot gist about this tea that Jeba is spilling and more.
she has put her link again by herself. You see Jiba here, please. I'm gonna like it. So all her links are there. Coffee, PayPal, Vimo. We still have some love. You know that she admitted she was hard on but he also did that woman. That woman was called. Her page is called Rehab Time with Flora. It's based in Canada. So one of the people supporting him, we'll do for this, we'll do for that until he did that thing. But he doesn't believe that anybody should get money. That was why when you came out to say, oh, you are doing this for money, I said, why not doing for money? Because what that woman was doing for him, what that woman was doing for him, the woman got to a long page. And another page called A Happy Place USA. They were going to go to court. Some people have had suspended sentences because of this. So,
because they decided to go insert themselves in a problem that does not concern them. That's why they've had court cases. You will not just blog. A lot of people just didn't blog about the stuff. There's little between you blogging, doing trending, just celebrity gossip, public figures, content creators, and whatnot, and you crossing the line, going and doing the most, saying things that you don't have evidence for, and you will not say allegedly. You would not really let your viewers or the consumers know that you're not 100% sure you can prove it. but some people will sound like they know everything. So those are the things that gets people into trouble, you know.
We are going to do a good fun meet. Yeah. So for the legal case, she went okay. So she went live. She told her people, everybody knew, told him that at 12 o'clock, so time, that's going to come on live. So first of all, she said she spoke to his voice, which was talking about it. About what followers suggested and all that. She said, so was later we knew that he didn't want her. So he wants to make money. He didn't want anybody. He wants all the money just for himself. So anyway,
That's
this one,
typical
we have
JD
time with
for you.
Korra, gave him time and all that stuff. Right? At that time, they still had, they haven't given them that 50-50. He had a kid, was having a, he has 2 days where Korra has, or already has, Korra. He had Monday to Wednesday where Korra has that one. At the exact time the lady went live, and you know, because they were at the time they were big things, there were millions and all that. The exact time the lady went on live, they told people want to go on live. The exact time, the exact minute, the exact second. Brother in the Lord, aka JD, went live with the girls at the swimming pool. So as long as she went, like people were there trying to, you know, wow, what a petty person. While she was there, people were living her life. Go out, they are there. They want because this was still very hot. Wow. Man got angry and went off. He later called him to say what you did wasn't good. He was like, oh no, that's the time I have to spend with my kids. Why should I do that? So that was when she realized that it was all about him. He didn't care for anybody else and all that. So she decided to leak their conversation. We heard it wasn't a task. We heard brother in the Lord openly admitted to doing things to women. You know, during the COVID, where people were doing treatments. Was this a picture thing? He was asking them to show their book. Somebody who said that they have back pain, asked them to show their book, their teeth, and all that. He actually admitted. He said, did he tell you about that anyway? No. I heard about that recently. Now, if you go to that woman's page, you'll find that out. It should be around September 2020. October that still on a page. I feel like I know this man has been bad enough in recent times. I don't need to comb through the history of how terrible he is. But I will say about like the boob thing that I mentioned with Aurora, that he like the second time I met him, he offered to show me a picture of his ex-wife's breast, and I said I thought it was so inappropriate, and I'm like, oh, this man really does not respect black women's bodies at all. Like it was disgusting. Well, sorry, continue. No, hold on. I'm reading the comments and I'm trying to see. Someone says, does he coach the kids to be against their mother? Absolutely, absolutely. Or not even. I feel like coach is a.
Welcome, Daphne. Daphne said when she came back on your show, ask her why she didn't go and report the home condition to the cops. Oh, Daphne, I wish. I wish these people, when they grant such interview, it will be on our shows where we can write out all the questions. Trust me, if I'm to interview any one of these JD supporters, I'm gonna come out first of all, get all the questions I want to get from everybody that's been following this case. Okay, write them down, write questions, and I will make sure immediately we come in after introduction and everything. We can have a different live stream where we can chit chat with this person and laugh and kiki ha ha and explaining whatnot. But if it's an interview where we want to hear you spill, immediately you come in after the introduction and whatnot, we're going straight into question after question. After you answer question one, we're going over to question two until you answer all the questions and everything. But I kind of understand that different people will do their interview differently. And also this reading of comment section kind of distracted Jeba also. If you notice, sometimes when the interviewer will ask a question. But yeah, this is what a lot of people are saying. Daphne, what you just said now, a lot of people are also asking that question that Jeba, we're hearing you say all of these things about the home condition, but you never reported. But for me, am I surprised? I'm not surprised, because remember, Jeba wrote that NDA. We've analyzed that stuff. Anybody that don't understand, check the channel again. what did we do that NDA? Either on Entertainment Daily or on here Trends with Octavia, because I cover both of the story on I cover the story on both of my channels, okay, here on YouTube. So either on Entertainment Daily or here Trends with Octavia. So remember when we did the series about the NDA, when we're talking about the NDA that Jeba said she wrote, that she posted, the NDA is still on her Facebook, it's still on Jeba's Facebook. For Jeba to be willing to offer JD a what is it called, NDA, non-disclosure agreement, that she will move on, not saying anything, that goes to tell you that this person had no plans of spilling or saying anything. So we're not surprised that CPS, police, or the rights authorities did not know the condition of the living condition of the children. And also, further ahead of this, this is a 2 hours interview. We're about 1 hour into the interview now. You will hear when they ask also where they said allegedly he used to knock himself out with a beer from Oregon or something, or what kind of beer, or kind of drink from the US. When you have little kids, you don't go knock yourself out with alcohol, pills, or anything else at all. You have to be half asleep, half awake, okay, where you'll be able to keep your eyes on your children, okay, not knocking yourself out, children going to the bathroom by themselves, talking about how slippery kitchen floor is and whatnot. But you could see that Jeba is still playing like, kind of being a little bit defensive. So we kind of understand that we've seen this happen with a lot of JD supporters, where they will not, even if they're no longer, even if they are claiming, because that's what I call it, all these people, they just claim not to, they are falling out, they're this, they're that, but they still support him indirectly from the way they talk, from the kind of things that they've held back, and they continue to hold back, even though he does not have any qualms in coming out to trash them online, call them scammers, call them all manner of, called her a drug head, somebody that takes pop pills and things like that. But then, if you notice, Jeba answered these questions in a kind of way. And if JD had not come out to call Jeba a thief, because Jeba talked about how she would love to do this job, who wants to bring in a thief into their home to check up, to watch over their elderly parents, aged parents, or young children? Nobody wants to do that. So if JD had not come out to accuse Jeba of stealing his $7,000 camera and ransacking through his room and whatnot, Jeba would not be doing this series now that Jeba is spilling and being upset. She didn't like the treatment, but she still offered him that NDA. So Jaba was not willing at any point to even tell the truth. So people should not even be surprised that Jeba did not call on anybody. None of them has ever done that. And they're all quick to tell you that they care so much about JD's children. That's why they decided to support JD. But with their actions, you can tell that it wasn't about JD's children. It was about JD. And somehow, they still have that soft spot. Even though he's been so mean and cruel to them, they still have that kind of soft spot for him. I don't know why. Only them can explain to us. But I'm not surprised that a lot of people's mind is really going to the living condition of the children, and it is scary to see that he's the one that used to judge Korra, scream Korra's name from morning till night, 365 days a year. He's screaming his ex-wife's name, but he is the one that knocks himself out allegedly with a drink to sleep and leave kids that are under 5. I'm hearing that for the first time in my life. And the living conditions that we saw, Crystal took photos first. That's I think the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that we saw that. And now another, come on, man. Come on, man.
The strong word, not so overt, but it's similar to kind of how he me. Yeah, kind of like how he would speak to me, where it's like it's.
I hope you all can hear.
Like he kind of need very specific information.
If you're just coming, you're welcome. Please like the live stream. Give the live stream a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up for us. Thank you so very much. Share, 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 share. Invite your friends. Let's dissect and analyze.
Oh my god. So it's usually about money. It's usually June did mention that he tried to, how do I say this? He maybe told her to like say that her mom was like hating them. I am an impartial party. Yeah, I'm an impartial right? So I'm like, I'm going to be an advocate for the black people in the house, like, for the black girls in the house. So when I would talk to you separately just to try to get an understanding, because I still did not know for sure, you know, what level of bad human he was. I'm like, it's not, it's a big thing if somebody uh, accuses you of being like a pedo, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to. If I hear any sign of that, this man is going to jail. So I would, listen intently. So I asked her, which parent would she want to live with if she had to choose, or she likes being with both parents. And she said, she likes both, but she's like, but dad, daddy says mommy lies,
You can imagine.
and what is it? And she's
Father
like,
of the
but
year.
sometimes I think dad is also not telling the truth. If he says to say that, like, mom, it does, and she doesn't.
And something else that caught me about what Jeba is just saying now about how daddy is trying to manipulate the kids to paint their mom to be this person that lies and whatnot, just goes to show the kind of person that he is. And then this is the person that she bought the shirt for that said super dad or whatnot. So if not until the end of when you were supposed to leave, like when she said she threw the shirts in a garbage, before she left, that super dad shirt and whatnot. I'm like, yo, so all of these things, he was doing it right in front of you, talking about how the kids was calling out up every woman that comes in the home mom, and he didn't care and whatnot. What is super dad about that kind of father? But yeah.
And that's the thing. This man acts like his brains are not sponges absorbing all of this stuff. And so he's like, oh, no, they won't actually die. And I'm like, you can absorb your stuff. Oh, we have a screen there. Oh, sorry. Oh, did you touch me? Yay! Oh, wait. Never mind. My um, yeah, so it's like that kind of thing. Um, when it came to like being like dishonored, where he's so biased, and I'm like, I don't know, it's too much. So somebody did also ask, oh, it says like I'm trying to avoid the public topic. No, it's I don't have any information aside from I think what I just said when I said about the email thing was
Okay, so Daphne said, but an NDA does not. She was the one that offered it anyway, so I don't even know for her. Said, but an NDA does not keep her from reporting the conditions of the living space of the children. That is also that is called a mandated reporting. You know, is that? I don't think that's something that Jeba would do even now. Because remember, she said she wanted to live with a clean slate and she's not going to talk about anything, whatnot. She wasn't properly employed by him. So these people kind of directly or indirectly protect JD. That's what we've always seen with every one of them. They might know what to do because at the end of the day, she lives in the States. She grew up there. I think she was born there or something like that, grew up there and whatnot. So she knows some of these things. And according to her, didn't she say she worked with the creator of Instagram? She's worked with big people. She's done this. She's done that. So if you've been in this type of job, you know the rules and regulations of that job that you're doing. At least you know the kind of things that you're supposed to report, the kind of things you're not supposed. But Jeba wasn't going to because Jeba was really there. Remember again, she was a nanny that we're just calling her nanny, but she wasn't really a nanny. If you really look at it, they met on Tinder and then came home, and somebody that could help you. Allegedly, you go on all fours, put cream in your behind with a tool, helping you to do the do from behind, all of that. That's not. If you're a nanny, you're gonna be doing your nanny job, and that's gonna be it. I feel like when you start doing the other one, you're crossing the line already. Like, you don't really have to spread your own leg wide open before we say you've crossed the line. But if JD was comfortable enough to tell her to do something like that, and it really helped him, like, it wasn't about the nanny's job. So I'm not shocked that she didn't report about that.
mostly like very concerned about if he blamed on him, and then and he was keeping me updated about like the police like very excited like, for some, surveillance tapes to come out because he's like, he obviously staged it. I can't wait till the police. Like he was like very, very sure that she staged it. Um, and he was like updating me on where the police were at with their case. And I'm like, how are you getting this information? Like, what are you talking about? He just wanted to see you with life. Doesn't have any information. I mean, I could be the case, but he's like, oh, her email. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yes, he never signed out on my computer, so I still have access to her email. And that just seemed to be real. I'm not nosy, so I didn't go into, to verify.
Wow. Is he supposed to be doing that? She didn't sign out from. Ooh. So he gets every email that she gets, he gets to see it also because she's been using the computer that was their home computer. And now that they're divorced and they're already gone, yo, JD is creepy, man. And the fact that he would just leave that open. Whew.
Make that up. If he comes in, like I don't have anything else up for you to get money. That's true. So there was one time on Korra's life, Vicky kind of admitted that that victim her, that the dad wakes, I don't know if you were there at the time, but the dad wakes her up at night. Are you aware of this? Because at the time, they have just granted there is no full figure, but they have just granted that both of them use of so long as it was pre-recorded. But he keeps asking to attack Korra's page that Korra didn't. But on one of the lives, Judy admitted that and that it needs me and make video for him. So are you aware of any videos that make the call for releasing them later but never materialized because he was trying to tell those women my kids are not allowed on Facebook. He's so dramatic with that, and it's like, and it's again, it's clear that it's like, well, if it's either we both get to profit, or no, even if they both get to profit, it's like he feels like it's not fair. She shouldn't get to get anything because that's her exploiting the kids, but it's him doing it. It's him being just a good dad publicly. Why you are saying that now? There's another question I want to ask. Why you are? There was a time he came back and was excited. I have restraint order on Hannah. She cannot say anything about me. He can, but then, while on that live, he was saying the good thing about her. And somebody said, oh, you can say something about her. Right. And he went, oh, because that's the truth. That's the truth. Were you there at the time? Of course I was there. Yeah, because he made me give her this stupid restraining order. Of course I was there. So that was, I don't know, and it made me very bitter towards him because of that. Because one, me being there did not mean I thought he was right. Me being there was more so I got there and was like these what is it called? Yeah, I got there and I'm like these kids. This man is not prepared to parent these kids alone, or it's like he told me like very early on his plan for custody. Or for full custody, and I told him, I'm like, okay, well, as it stands, that's kind of why I poured so much energy into the house, was because I knew that I was not going to stay for the 2 years that he asked me to stay there. And what is it called? I'm getting distracted for reading the comments. Sorry. So please don't read. Let me ask. I know. I forgot what I was answering. Why you are thinking of that? When he asked you to stay for 2 years, do you think he was trying to make you replace the mother? Trying to, because you said, I think I heard you say he made the kids call. Did the kids call the other women mother, or he made them call other women mom? He doesn't make them. He doesn't make them, but Athena does call every woman mom, and he does not stop her at all. And I've told him many times because even I was uncomfortable with it. And because I don't want kids, right? And so it's like, I'm kind of, I didn't feel very maternal. And I'm like, this kind of made me uncomfortable. Can you tell her? He's like, oh, it's two. She'll grow out. She's two. She'll grow out of it. But like he thinks it's funny because it's like every single woman who comes to the house, like he just lets it be a surprise to them. Like, oh, haha, did she call you mom? Like very, just
You
like
can
he's bringing
imagine.
him a disrespect for
That could be parental alienation, you know.
Yeah.
Because those kids are young. They are calling different people mom. If they have to get what I mean. Anyway, guys, there are 230 of you watching me at the moment. I've got Zipa has seen it on her page, seen it on there, and I've got it on my link. The title of it. Please show some love. So it doesn't have to be there. Just being kind.
Yeah, JD said he's gonna sue the heck out of maybe he said he's gonna sue the heck out of Jeba because Jeba doesn't have money. So he wants to sue people that don't have money, not the ones that have money. So they won't be able to get an attorney.
I wanted to wrap up the question. Oh, it was about Corey's in the night. I did not. I haven't seen that. I don't know if that was ever the case, but I mean, I know that. Um, oh, people were upset about me like having like recordings of the kids doing normal kid stuff, but he did ask me to like record videos of him playing with the kids. But then when I realized it was for like PR purposes, so like I just didn't mention that. Like what? That's weird. And I knew it was not genuine. I guess people are also
like
asking
when it came
for
to
the CEO.
we came to know that you're the one that bought super dad. Came to show that super dad clothes.
I threw it in the garbage before I left. If you've never seen it again, that's why. I was so upset about that. God. I mean, unless you rescued it from the trash, but that, yeah, because like that was just encouragement. I wanted him to evolve to be that dad, but when I got him that shirt,
So you wanted him, you see what I'm saying? You wanted him to evolve to be that. So you kind of already had the red light. You like you sensed it that he was not a super dad, he was not anything close to that, but you were still buying him a shirt for him to come and flaunt online. Like these people just encouraged JD in a very weird way that I don't even feel sorry for them when he decides to actually deal with them, rubbish them online, and they all want to talk about how desperate, you know, how desperate the whole thing. And I'm like, you've been in this in that whole thing with him right from the start, and you people saw, I mean, at whatever point they met him. Do you understand? But they've been with him, and they kept on fanning him, encouraging him, patting him on the back, never called him out or anything. So, I don't know, man. Daphne said, keep speaking, girl, and if he sues you, we will support. I think she has a lot to say. But now that she's, people, people have encouraged her because before, if you notice, she was posting on her Instagram, she wasn't doing so much. But now, a lot of people are encouraging Jeba, and I think that's the way to go because if Jay has been bashing Korra for all these years and he's been making money from bashing Korra, why won't somebody that helped him, worked with him, even helped his behind? This lady helped your behind, didn't just help take care of your kids that you did not even pay. She even allowed you to go on all four, and she helped to fix you up, to make you feel good and feel better, calming stress and everything else in between. And now you want to sue her because she does not have money. Can you imagine the wickedness of some of these muzungus? Can you imagine how wicked they can be? After all the job that Jeba did for free, taking care of his home, organizing and everything, now he's going to sue her. That's for sure. That of course people will advise her to create, and that's how they advise her to do her Facebook. She did her Facebook profile. She was posting on her Facebook profile, and then I saw her Facebook page. She created her Facebook page. She's posting on there. They're encouraging her to go live. She should keep talking, and as she's talking, more people are going to follow her. Jeba Williams has her name on Facebook, and I think it's Story Time with Jiba Biba is the name of her page. So even on this interview, you notice that this interviewer in Kemofo was advising her to go live more so people can give her stars if she's activated her stars. And that's something that would not sit well with JD, but who cares? If you can do it, and they gave you money, you went and you said you needed lawyer fee, they gave you money, you went and you bought the car allegedly. So why not? Why can't Jeba tell her own story and cash out? Of course, there will be people that will stand and support Jeba, not supporting Jeba because they think that Jeba did everything correct right from the beginning, but people will support Jeba because JD has been doing too much. Do you understand? So yeah, you're very correct, Daphne. People would support her.
Thank you, Stacey.
My next question is this. You know that narcissists, they kind of confess what they are thinking about. When Korra was always going on holiday, when he had that white man come around, they had this theory that, oh, maybe she wants to go and sell, or maybe she wants to traffic the photos of the children there, blah, blah, blah. Also, we saw a lot of things happen, especially with what happened. Do you think he has a photo of the kids that he's selling? Because for the life of me, I don't understand why he consented for Crystal Ball to share pictures of his kids in the bathroom doing number two naked with that group. So do you think something like that, was that a confession of him trying to accuse Cora, but that's what he's doing? Or do you think
That was on my mind, right? Because it's like lies don't come, from nowhere. And I did learn it's like narcissists they'll tell you stories about things that people have done to them, right? And it's really the opposite. And so I'm like, I cannot see Cora being the one to do that. I also can't really. I mean, he seems genuine in his anger about like, ooh, the kids are being shown online, like taking literally taking screenshots of Cora's lives. Like, look at this. You feel like she was showing this angle of June, like intentionally. Just it's stuff where I'm like,
You can imagine somebody
I
that
don't know
goes on,
if it's an accident.
he goes on Cora's life to go and check if she's showing this angle or that angle, but at the same time, you had a total stranger in your home. In your home, this is the mother and kids together, but you're bothered about the mother being with her kids and what angle she's showing. But you brought in a total stranger from Pennsylvania all the way to come to your home and took photos of your children, scream at them and did the most, and you never ever said anything about that. And the fact that he did that, it might not necessarily be like to sell. People are looking at it as sell, like models, you sell photos and things like. No, it's not that kind of selling. JD allowed that to happen because in return, when these people receive such videos, and which makes them very sick set of people. I don't know what anybody wants to do. What do you want to do with somebody else's child in that kind of position? Like, but what do you want to see? Don't you have your own children? Like, what do you want to see somebody else's child pooing and whatnot? But anyways, weird people associate with weird people and they vibe together. We know that. So he knows that when Crystal gives those photos and videos to those set of lunatics, the next thing that is going to happen is they're going to start gifting him more, or gift to Crystal, and Crystal in return will give him the money or buy things, foodstuffs, clothing, and toys for the kids, and that's what we saw happen. So it might not necessarily be that, oh, give us a photo and we pay money into your account, but they receive, they consume, they enjoy because they are weirdos, and then they pay in stars, PayPal, and all these other means that you can use to support someone, you know.
It's weird that you're doing so. Like, why do you have a giant printout of this now? Like, but so I'm like, I don't know. Sound horrified talking about it, but again, he is a
playing
at this point.
his mode of operation is steady on one of his lives? Speak slowly or hold it.
Oh, he's an idiot.
That's what he says. Let me ask this question. Guys, please ask questions so that you can answer this question. There's a video, like a tax video, this video or reel you did it 2 days or 3 days ago on your page. At one point, you said you were scared of him. Can you expand on that? He said, what do you mean scared of him? And he talked about that passive aggression about the safety. Can you explain about the safety?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, by scared, I just mean men was very paranoid and erratic and unphysical in terms of if he was going to just treat me like a normal person or be suspicious of me and like randomly start interrogating me about like, oh, are you so I bet Korra sent you. Like it's just all this stuff. And I'm like, what do you do? Like you think I know your ex wife and you sent me on a secret mission to go screw her over and I handed her a piece of paper and she acted like she didn't recognize me. Like it's just so over the top. And so, but part of it was that he was doing a lot of drinking at that time, and my parents don't drink. I don't really drink much either, and so it's always it has always made me uncomfortable to be around like a big white drunk man because I have seen them lose control often, or I've seen them get into bar fights and stuff like that. So I'm not scared in that way where he would come back, he would come home like or he would be drinking in his car for like 2 hours, and I would regularly have to text him like, "Hey, I can see you parked outside the window. One, come relieve me from these damn kids. This is your job. It's past 10 o'clock. Stop hiding from your responsibility." And I would have to come to sit with him because he was just in such just like obsessed with being on his phone, like Brendan him still looking at his phone and trying to
Thank you for the call. 50 stars, whoever sent it. Please sprinkle some love to Diva as well. I need to ask another question about destiny. Can I tell you something now? From what I've seen so far online, um, I every time I think it's do you think it's a strategy of him because his bloggers swear that fact that when they were together that he was the cleaner. He was one that is the clean one in their
why
house.
did I think that? Was
Who will believe that?
For me, I'm just asking for people so that you can differentiate more about it and all that. Because we know couple times, yes, and nobody. But every time he comes to life and he's down, that's when that's I think that because I'm trying to tidy up somewhere. So that's why they swear that he will please tell us about the place.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, he's a professional supporting character. I'm telling you, that's funny. That he was definitely doing that.
Every time they come alive, not that to mention that
Woo, we no, does actually and also tidy up. That's why like his house wasn't like visibly dirty like when I first came over there and first met. But I'm like, oh, he knows how to throw a cover on top of the bed and kind of, but push dirt or throw clothes in the hamper and it will surface. Um, but like, what's the question about the house?
About the cleanness of the house, how he pretends to be the clean
Oh
one.
yeah. So,
Isn't that obvious?
it was I have several. It was it was a big thing about trying to get him in the house to do his part. He would what is it called? Like I would do the dishes or I would clean the house and he would come back and be like, oh, you don't have to clean my house. Like that's not part of your job. Don't do that. But and so I would I'm like, okay, great. I didn't want to do it anyway. Cool, do it. And so he would like leave it neglected. And I'm like, dude. So that's how like the sink got stuck. So when I was talking about the cake thing, like he had so much. The dishes were piled in the sink.
Mr. Cleaner.
Horrible. That's kind of around the time all the flies were living in the dining room. I'm like, these flies need to pay rent at this point. um, crazy. And so, what is it? Yeah, and I told him, and I'm like, I literally had to get June to be like, oh, like, listen, like, make a big deal about these flies in the deck. It's just me complaining. And so he's like, oh my god, he's flying right in my nose. He's flying right everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I mean, it's the truth. But I'm like, he like, he has to hear something so many times in order for him to care about it.
You can imagine.
He's like, oh, whatever.
She had to tell the child to make a big deal. Those kids, man.
Outside would come in the house, like poop on the floor, and he broke.
Oh my god.
And so I'm like, I'm like, it's inappropriate for you to feel like that.
That's
Those
normal.
are even for your
Not
black
normal.
daughter, right? I'm like, if you wanted to do that, you could have had a white family. I'm not gonna lie, you leave black girls in this condition. It's crazy.
All right. Another question, in your opinion, because he said he literally drinks, and of course he admitted to him Baker during their chat that got leaked sometime lasted before she stepped out. She had admitted
So
to
much.
her that he doesn't sleep. He gets knocked. He has to take alcohol called IPAC. It's an Oregon beer to knock him
This
out. So
part
before
is
he should
it's
come and take him
scary.
on the night, he doesn't know once that sleep.
I want everyone to listen carefully. It is one thing for as an adult, at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do. You understand what I mean? Like it might be ill in people's eyes, okay, because like morally wrong, this, that, but when it comes to kids, this this part of the gist here is really scary. Fact that he has to knock himself out with anyway. Let me let y'all listen for yourself.
So, Mama, I want to ask, I was wondering, you think the kids that say him, yeah, there was, for the time that you came in at 1 o'clock, if I heard correctly, you came in at 1 a.m. and June was awake on the pad but he was asleep. You think the kids are safe with him and the level of drink that he does?
I will say that I think
You see how
he
difficult it
was
is.
drinking a lot before, but he I guess out after he was like pulled out of his depression.
The truth is they are not. But it is very difficult for these former associates of JD to actually come out and answer questions like this straight, even though he's done them dirty. Because I don't know how you'll be knocking yourself as a parent. I don't know. And you have kids that are under 5. Like June just turned 5, which they here. So I don't even understand. So before she even turned 5, you're already knocking yourself out allegedly with something to make you just sleep and not even know when somebody comes back. Somebody's coming back 1 a.m. seeing your child awake, but you're deep asleep, and they have to figure out where they will go and pee by themselves and take care of themselves at that age. There's nothing cool about that. There's nothing funny about that. There's no or double thinking. That person is just incompetent. What kind of parent is that? What kind of parent is that? If you know you can't do it, why are you online fighting and screaming and doing the most to their mother? If you know you can't even do it, get a proper nanny, you won't. Stay awake to watch the kids and at least, sleep a bit, check on the kids, sleep a bit, not knocking yourself out with Oregon beer, allegedly.
For a little bit, he like cut back, or he like stopped drinking for like I guess like a week consecutively or something. So I think
Cut back for a week. Is that
that
some
be a good safe data there.
1 week?
However, the reality is that he is not as attentive as he needs to be. Yeah. And so it's definitely not active negligence, but like for instance, the kitchen floors and the bathroom floor are like very slippery hard tile. And so when I first got there, he's like, make sure at the end of the kitchen, because I just fall on this and just like, hit her head and get hurt. And so it just gave me anxiety every single day because, oh, thank you, Ethelbert, thank you. Then like it gives me anxiety every single day. So I'm like, why don't you just put a carpet or something here? I'm like, why are you pointing out a concern and not addressing it? You're just gonna live like this, right? And same thing with the bathroom. But I'm like, the floor is wet every day. He's not like nobody is wiping up the floor after the kids take a bath, splash water all in the bathroom. And every time they would get out of the bath, it would give me so much anxiety because I'm like, they can slip coming out of that tub easily. And for him, it's like, oh, it's just an easy thing where the kids will basically wash themselves. It's a hands-off activity for some reason. I'm like, you understand that you need to be attending to these kids in the bath. So I bought some glow in the dark textured like floor tape on Amazon, and I put that throughout the kitchen and throughout the bathroom because I'm like, the lights are all off like in the house. There's no night lights. Like, there's nothing that really enhances the safety for children, right? So it's like in the middle of the night when the kids are going to the bathroom,
he imagine.
Sleeps like a bear, right? He's not waking up. So I'm like, the kids.
Yeah, after drinking all the beer, why would he wake up? He doesn't even know what's happening, let alone wake up. Wake up to do what?
Like, I don't feel like it's an active negligence, but
Jeba, stop playing down on that. It is messy, but I can understand.
I think it's just
I can kind of relate while it's not really alarming to Jeba because Jeba is not a mom yet and you will not understand until you are. when you have to go through that 9 months and everything, and also age probably, older people that are not, God has not blessed them with the fruit of the womb yet, would understand better than Jeba also. So I think age and Jeba not being a mom made her to think that, but there's nothing like there is not. So what if in this his messiness and everything, and he leaves the door open, and one day he falls asleep, and these children wakes up and just wanders into the night, and we know what can happen. God forbid. So why you as a you cannot do that. You cannot do that. We're not talking about kids that are 10 or 12 years old, that you know that at least you can tell them, making sure that everything is okay, everywhere locked up, don't go out. They can stay in their rooms until they fall asleep, or watch, play games, or read, study, do something, chat with their friends until they fall asleep, and that's it. But for kids this little, what do they know? If they accidentally stumble on any door that is open, they will just wander out. In their mind, they're playing. They don't understand. But you're in your room sleeping and snoring because you've knocked yourself out with Oregon beer. That's not cool at all.
I've told him many times, I'm like, you have only thrived as much as it happens way smarter than, kids their age, but it is all luck that you're riding on this point. Yeah.
So do you think he was weaponizing for incompetence then? So he wanted you to do it. That's why he's doing that. That's why he doesn't take your advice. Or if you can stand it, why don't you do it yourself?
Maybe no, definitely some of that, and that's just like that's just arrogant and kind of disrespect. But at the end of the day, I'm not anybody's legal guardian, and the safety of the kids is on him.
Somebody wants to know self-love. Apropos self-love wants to know because he did have ask people to send him money, copies, and all that so that he can take you to trampoline park for her birthday. So she wants to know on her birthday, which
how does it cost to go jump on a trampoline? He raised money.
His job is to collect funds, and then he's angry that Jeba is going to make money from this. To go to the trampoline park, you need somebody to send you coffee. It is well.
From the 9th of July. Her birthday is the 9th of July. Did you have any recollection of taking her?
I know it was somewhere. I think it was thank you, Lorianne. I think it was that's what he promised her, but I think Korra wanted to do that, and so he wanted to do.
If you're just joining, you're welcome. Please like the live stream, give us a thumbs up, share, invite your gist lovers.
Exactly. Well, he will come out to tell them, oh, Korra, you guys are giving her money for the you don't need that money. Basically, I'm the one that needs the money. But there are people that see what Korra is doing with her money. She is hiding it.
I'm telling you, this man has proudly told me how he has not had to spend a dime on clothing for the girl since, in years. In years. They have a walk-in closet in the room that I was sleeping in, like in the guest room, the walk-in closet. And you guys saw the video of the clothes all over their bed. Like
somebody gave them I don't know if when you were there or not, but somebody gave them used clothes. About 8 boxes of used clothes. That was only the video of my
Can you imagine?
Stop giving them. You're trying to make people not to give anything to Korra.
Yeah.
Stop giving my kids anything. Somebody survivors of domestic violence don't talk. They go and hide it. That's what he said. That video. Go and check out. Anything I'm telling you, go and check. They are there. That he shouldn't be in hide. He should be in hiding instead of talking. That okay, if you want to send him anything, you can send him something that will keep the baby egg that has been occupied for hours, like babysitting her egg, basically.
Oh my god!
Another question.
No, I'm also
weird.
Someone said, with the kids sleeping in the room, I set up the video. They would sleep in whatever room.
Can you imagine? They'll sleep in whatever room.
Like that's the best way to put it. Or kind of wherever
they fall asleep.
Yeah, it's like if they were playing in the living room on the couch, they're like, sleeping on one of like 2 couches, sleeping on like a mattress that's like on the floor in the living room that I put like in a play area. Like it's very random.
This is the man when he was thinking them like why kind of thinking them was allowed to come and tell you how the children have that before 9 o'clock they are all on his bed and all that. So he knows how to talk the talk. He didn't. I'm so glad that you said that because I was just got supposed to reach out to his landlord. Like, these kids should know how to walk by now. It's 11 p.m. They need a bed. My kid's landlord, rat. It's like he's like it is so hard for me to rent down these units, like to rent the house downstairs. He's like, because it sounds like there are rats running back and forth, and like into the night. Yeah. And there was a pregnant woman who lived downstairs, and I'm like, I was always having to like apologize. I'm like, hey, so sorry. Stuff. Like, it was just a lot. Somebody said we want details about the BMW. Do you have a picture? I didn't know that it was a big. I mean, I have a picture of the inside of it, or like it's like a video from like the steering wheel to the dashboard. But I just took it when I first got in because he was showing me, and I'm like, oh, cool. But I don't have. I mean, I was near all the license papers, but I didn't think it was that big a deal, so I didn't take a picture or anything. You know why people want to know, though? If it's new? People want to know because he came on live saying, claiming he doesn't have anything. Sending copies and PayPal and all that. The next thing he bought, and he's always claimed that he doesn't like new cars. But when Korra bought the car, he came and cried about it. Everything Korra buys, he cries about it. Because at the time they were together, he didn't let Korra have her own bank account. So all her earnings on Facebook, yes, what thing? No, all her earnings, I'm telling you, all her earnings, he has his own personal account. And then he told Korra that that's not how the system works. They want it from, so he was paying her earnings in the joint account. According to him, Korra was earning 50 grand from Facebook a month. But he was the one that was controlling the whole thing.
He was living the baby boy lifestyle, enjoying all the 50K that she was earning from Facebook. Allegedly.
Or at least for their online accounts that I've never had access to. Making that money from following, I don't know how much it is. And I'm like, for me, I'm like, I don't think it can be like, he was like so domineering. She was like forcing him to go along with all this stuff. And let me tell you a story about
Can you imagine?
Even when it was any example, they have matters more, they have dining table or anything, and people on their lives, people can ask, why don't you buy bed, your pregnant wife or this that? His comeback it was always, oh, like sleeping on the spot for your back. He did not say that. I'm telling you, but as soon as he moved, that's not Korra moved. The day he bought dining table, other than that from India, he was so happy, saying that was his dream, instead of buying IKEA dining table and all that. Oh my god.
JD.
No idea. That's why I was so upset that his mom supported him. I tried to talk to her as a woman and just kind of level with her.
That's a waste of time trying to talk to her. You talk to the mother of a Muzungu. You talk to the mother of an Oyinbo person. They always support their children. That's them. Doesn't matter how evil their child or children do to you, they will always take the sides of their children. That's Muzungu's parents for you. They never say the truth.
So I was like, yeah, that was like one of my last days there, and I'm like, never mind. He calls his mom and said, mom support
all the BS that he does.
Because the brother went to take the victory behind bars for 10 years. When the whole this thing came out, they didn't let anybody know. But when he realized that everything, all his family is
history.
Let me use allegedly now.
Yeah, allegedly.
Father was, when I say victory, I think when his father was behind bars and all that. But when his mom came to his life, when he was doing that story, the first thing it came out, it came to say, oh, no, who here, I'm so stressed, who here said that my son.
Yeah, everything is always stressing those people.
Prison. Yeah. But no, yes, he went to PRISS for 10 years, but not federal one. I'm like, wow. He was concerned about federal and no federal, not about
JD didn't even, that interview was funny. I watched that stuff. I was laughing. JD did not, like, he did not coach his mom like properly before coming on live. He didn't even want his mom to admit that yes, there was a anything concerning being in whether county jail, prison, whatever. He didn't want her to say any truth. He wanted her to lie through her teeth. But she had already made up her mind she was going to tell a little bit of truth. And when he was trying to counter what she, before he would say what she had already said it that yes, he did go to prison, but it was not federal prison, it was states. I'm like, yo, you can't even keep your story straight. What kind of a mother is that? Supporting the nonsense that your child is doing.
There's a woman here, Latanya, asked the question. I didn't even know about it. I'm gonna read that to you. Apparently somewhere I didn't know about that, but let's ask. Latanya Diva said, what are your thoughts in him saying that Baby J looks like the type of woman he would date? Why will he say that of Baby J? The 5-year-old. When you see anything Baby J, that's true. Baby J, yeah. Go down the Lord, that's a thing. Can hear paparazzi. We have so many names for him.
Yeah. That's why you mentioned, or I know, I think he mentioned that to me, but was like angry telling me about it. Like, can you believe that? Because I said this, it means that, and I'm like, I don't know about that one, buddy.
But why will you say something like that? I didn't even know. I didn't know.
That's a very strange thing to say.
Somebody saying in the comment section, I said she doesn't answer directly. I feel she's still protecting that guy. That's somebody, because I'm as we're listening to this, I can see the chats going up, and people are saying that Jeba is not answering most of the questions straight. They seem like, well, Jeba needs to be very careful too, because he's already threatened to sue her that she doesn't have a place to stay, and she won't be able to get an attorney. So I guess Jeba is also kind of beating around the bush a little bit with her answers.
Like Parental up there. What's the thing with that?
Well, one, my take is I'm upset that so many beautiful Black women have agreed to be his present. And I'm like, honestly, I'm like, had I been serious enough about him to really do a deep dive, I think just even just a Google image search, just seeing the different Black women that he has been, just next to them to like steal her spotlight, like I would have been disgusted. But I also think, yeah, it's a very weird way.
I cannot disagree with Jeba here, where she said if she did a little bit of Google search, she would have been able to distance herself from the beginning. No, because so many times Jeba keeps saying, okay, and talking about this doctor thing, and even in Jeba's post, Jeba keeps calling him doctor. Also, his name is JD. You can just use his name straight up, JD. That's his name. You don't have to add title of doctor or no doctor. That's one. And also making jokes of, oh, he didn't have money, he was poor. So I think when they met on Tinder, he presented himself as a doctor. She said there was a photo of him in a limousine and some other kind of, he selects the kind of, he knows the image he's going for, this very wealthy doctor and whatnot, high class in society, what well respected. And so I think all of that is what really pulled Jeba in also. And I think that's some of the things that pull some of these women, when they hear he's a doctor, they think, oh, Pepe rested, there's money. In Nigeria, we'll say Pepe rested. Simply means the person has got money. So, and you keep making jokes of, it's not all about money. Everything is not about money. If you know that you're going to, come on, man, you also have your two legs and two arms. You can hustle and make things happen for yourself. So everything is not always about money. But it seemed like that money part really got Jeba into that relationship with JD. So
Love someone so much, them is what I don't know. I think it's unhealthy, and it's clear that Korra has enough success in her life to fully move on and never have to reference this man again. But this man, like, he needs an excuse to still be relevant. So I'm like, if Korra has full custody of the kid, what is he gonna have to talk about? Like who? But like, now he's back being a chiropractor, which he should have just been focused on this whole time.
Well, his game was when the other time his game was, or what he said out loud was, her, ruin her reputation, take all her followers, and nobody will go back, and then she will be homeless and then followers. But unfortunately for him, yeah, when he first came, some people did believe him, some people did believe him. But as they started turning to weeks and weeks from his own live videos, most of the things I see on my videos, and not what Korra said, are from his own live videos, he contradicts himself. And then people start shifting away from him. The same thing. You know, you always call people toxic. The woman he called the most toxic one, the 100% of it, was the woman that later left after the whole thing, after she fell out, whatever, left, went to that, the woman was sending money. He sent money to that right woman that came to his house from grocery. Can you believe that? Once he has to do with money, he doesn't care where it comes from. He just believes women should work for work.
You know, I can see that. I think with him going and
let me see this. Keep going. Keep going.
With him taking, you know, a mental health break from the internet after being, you know, so low, like getting to such a point of depression in the house, and to see him going back and like just I guess finding out how much he started to earn on Facebook from the engagement, he's like, oh, I'm just going back. I'm unblocking all of my haters. You know, the haters give you the biggest engagement, and I'm like, what is going on? What is wrong with you? So yeah, he wants the fame. Trust me.
I can tell you most thoroughly from my own. I want to say my opinion now. I can tell you that why he ran out the way he ran. He didn't want to because was he had 100% control of the money. He comes and claims he's a traditional man.
Right. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Value. But then Korra making money, he spending. Why is he disrespecting her and asking her what he brings to the table?
Ew.
She didn't have a bank account. So earlier 2022, just before the birth of Korra, with the support of her family, supported her to go and open her own bank account.
Yeah.
And she agreed to 60-40. She'll be paying 60% while he was paying 40. I guess all the plan, because he's always planned to leave her anyway. 2 years prior, say about the Brazilian girl. He's going to go to the Brazilian girl with Korra because of student loan. But because of that, I'm not in control of the 100% of the money now, then I have to do it quickly. But he's stuck where he is now, in my opinion, because he's surprised that after everything he did to Korra, after everything he was telling Korra's family,
these Muzungus, they always have plans. Always.
So,
no matter how nice and whatever, they always have plans. Terrible.
Now they're attacking him and attacking her. But Korra's double down and making her money with God on her side with Koreans, so he doesn't like that.
Yep. This is so strange. Okay, and now I'm looking at the comments too. Let me see. He has pictures of Korra in his house. Not that I've seen. No, I mean, but he definitely has on his phone. They're on his phone.
How did he ask you about the physical to have?
I was just, first of all, it's like now that I understand who this man is, I'm like, there are things that he's always gonna, you know, mention, so people to plant a seed of curiosity or to like, hear the conversation in a certain way. So he was kind of just mentioning, I guess, the people that he's dated, and that's to establish, oh, I'm a successful white doctor and I date black beautiful women. Like I asked about none of it, but that's where he kind of like lead me.
As I said, ex-convict, now ex-convict, whether federal or not.
And he's like, oh, really? He's beautiful.
They try to sugarcoat it to make it sound more mild and sweet.
Like, that's a nice one of her. And I'm like, oh, she's beautiful. Wow, amazing. And then literally right after that, he's like, honestly, you're pregnant.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What a weirdo.
But it also shows the quality of women that he typically associates with. Because I'm like, he wouldn't ask that if he thought like if he thought there was no chance I would say yes. Like, why would I want to be a part of that? So I think that's just big, like in his mind. He's joked about it before that he wants like an all female, like a harem of like beautiful women, and it's like, oh, and he went from a traditional man to provide to like, and the economy is getting crazy, so the only way to really survive is to have like a group family.
Can we listen to this now? That question Latanya Dai was asked. Yeah. About what are your thoughts in him saying that Baby J looks like the type of woman he is. So a woman called Cruz and said, did he do that? Did he say that? And Latanya now said, in the evidence he submitted to the court, he submitted text messages between him and Korra. And she asked him if he was talking to J. And he said she's the type of girl he would say, oh my God.
No. I really hope that was not in response to that question. Absolutely. I'm just gonna hope for my own sanity.
It's evidence.
That's a separate conversation. Oh, yikes.
I missed that one completely. I did miss that one completely.
Yikes.
Oh my God.
But again, that's why I was taking as much documentation as I did, because in the beginning, I'm like, I want to capture the genuine nature of his relationship with his daughters as it is. So I'm like just looking for. I'm like, are they reacting uncomfortably when he comes next to them? Do they feel comfortable coming to him? Do they feel comfortable when he comes, to hug them, whatever? So I'm like, I did not see any of that weirdness, but I definitely agree that is a strange thing to say. And I think, and I think just from the mindset of someone who's fetish, and doesn't really see Black women as women, I feel like it might be, how Trump talks about Ivanka, right? Like that weird sort of stuff, where it's like, oh, if she wasn't my daughter, she'd be my wife, something like that. I feel like people with fetishes can separate themselves from the humanity of people of that other race. So if that's how he looks like at Black women in general, it's possible that he could look at a young Black child that way, but that's disgusting.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
Wahala.
No, that please then came ask Diva what it shows that he did what we call fire energy ritual.
Fire ritual or something like that.
Did they come to the house? How did they do? What did they do? You witness it.
I witnessed this first session where it was like which was in the house, where it was these two interesting characters, I guess, like, who I just feel like there may be like white witches, like good witches. But it was like
I think I missed a lot of these things. I thought I was confused with what is going on. But
there's so much going on that it's very difficult to keep up. Seriously.
Now we know the version, that type of thinking alarm bell.
Ha! I better go. This is deep. Please. Yo. Alleged.
I don't think that is not safe. Like, if it is, I'm wondering how people have gone.
Please up the live, like up like six of love. You can see the links of the company, the PayPal people.
Well, sometimes kids will say what now, but I'm hearing that for the first time too. That statement in the comment section, I'm hearing it for the first time too. But that would be hard for Jeba to know, actually, to have an answer for.
He was like trying to play cowboy. He was, his phone that was just playing where he was girl, and a lot of people thought that and did a lot of things there. But at the time, I didn't say this is now ringing alarm bells. Other people say he looked at the kind of woman who did, the kind of woman who did. That's strange. That is really strange.
But it could also be that he said that because she looks so much like her mom. Baby J looks so much like the mom. So it could be that that's the reason why he said that. Because if you notice, he's always with dancers and people that are very similar to Korra.
I will say that he was. I mean, I think he definitely made sure to make sure the kids were not like sitting on his lap or kind of sure to like express kind of like discipline them or like in a way they were kind of I don't know overly exposing themselves to the present. But again, that could acting to pick up on the back end something unsavory previously and was presented. So I don't know. All I can say is that if anything happened when I was there, I what so I did mine too as a guard.
All right. You tried. You tried. You can do your best. You've done your best. Did your best to make sure you get as structure at the time what you have done with somebody else. Does you know now somebody's asking, do you know anything about traveling to Portugal? And also the person that he went was that his nursing practice. Oh, I don't know.
And this is his rich friend always talking about. No, that was for a legitimate sport trip. I don't know what happened on the trip. Was that his? I see the question now. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I know the person paid for the trip. That I see on a trip, blown out like a baddie. But that's all the information I have on that.
So from the video I watched about like getting a big and Korra, just kind of test something quickly and went on that. Try to threaten you with an email. What was that? Is it like the season disease or something?
That's what the subject line said, but the email was never read. Like I'm tired. I'm like, if there's important information, it'll make its way to me. I don't like. He has ruined my day enough with text and email, so I'm not checking.
So let me ask you about your NDA agreement. Do you think that will come back and hurt? Is it legally admitted in court? Have you got anything to protect yourself in case it takes you to court?
I think what is it called? Honestly, it is what it is. I think mentally, this man brought me to a place that was so concerning and devastating that I do have. Hmm.
But I don't even understand,
I don't want to say I wrote it under duress.
the fact, yeah, now you want to say you wrote it under duress, but the thing is, you saw all of this whole thing. The last thing you should have done was to offer. If he was the one offering that NDA, we understand, but you offered NDA when you know all of these things, and yo, man, it is getting more complicated.
But a lot of stuff. Um, the right lawyer, the right judge for what it is, trying to protect myself from somebody who is kind of taking over my livelihood, and sort of an attempt to rein in this person who is purposely kind of making me unsure about whether or not I'm welcome in this place. So I was definitely scared at the beginning, but I'm like as I continue to exist in New York and can't afford it, and I'm like, well, something I've asked him several times to help me. Like literally, none of this would have happened if he would assisted me on my transition out of the house. So I had legal rights as a parent to stay there. Like people do that in California all the time. They'll become squatters and they'll end up like evicting the other person, who was actually paying, right? And his landlord told me that too. So I think I guess I became homeless because I was trying to do right by my own nervous system and not try to fight back by extending my time in a place where somebody was being so mad.
Somebody asked a question here. Somebody asked, he said, is it only, there was a time we heard he was going to landlord from money. Is it only?
He's always behind on that. Please.
Well, he's always online and not working so much, so of course the income is not coming out that much. So that's very possible.
In his room or something. He's like, yeah, can you tell him I'm here? And I'm like, oh, this is urgent. Okay, this is not, you can't just text it. Okay. And so, like, that was awkward. But yeah, he's generally forgetful. And that has happened quite.
He's forgetful or he's pretending to be forgetful.
Told me that he
Oops.
more and of course, and to a certain extent, kind of done and kind of show.
Well, why don't he just downsize? Like downsize. The home is too huge for just him and two little kids.
I can tell you that house, he wanted to, what he was telling people, he wanted to move from this house that Korra made for was that he was going to move into a place where he has this Nigerian family they're looking after, that he's taking to the bit about each other's kids, like helping each other. Yeah. But then those men that were sending him money, they have this idea that because Korra lives in a one-bedroom apartment, and that when she does her life, that she's hiding it, which she never did, had paid living nanny at the time. But they will they lie and
They're always manipulative.
So at the time, those women were going to convince him. So if you get a bigger house, they're going to support you. That will translate to love for the kids, and you're going to get full custody. And when he was doing that, he actually was.
He was gonna also film and make more money from Facebook.
Slide there, had some panels there. He was sparing the kids for work, and he took Korra to judge. They were one of the judges. He asked the judge that Korra had other sorts of livelihood. He took off Korra's life.
Yeah.
But that Facebook at the time was the only sort of livelihood on his own life. But however, the judge felt that all the things were coming there all the time were just about life, and life.
Right.
The judge said that was when the judge said that he off both of their lives.
Yeah.
But he got that house. He knew he couldn't pay. Even in Baker, one of the legal documents said to him, why don't you go? You are fighting for food costs. Go and get more jobs. So that when you have food costs of this kid or this girl, you'll be able to provide for them. Instead of him to think about that, like reflect, what he told this woman is, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Once I have full custody, my financial constraint will be over. I'll be able to go live with the kid.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was the plan.
He wanted them out of Korra's life.
Oh, he mentioned that. And I had video of it cute, and it's like, oh, no, Judy, like, real quick, I play with you guys over here, like, on the floor. She's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, we used to get paid. We used to make a lot of money, and she's like, what? She's like, I want to make money playing, and he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, stand up, stand up.
He literally felt it himself. Good. That was it. Good. Now he's now claiming I'm one that I don't want to. So that was the narrative.
Right. Right.
Guys, do you have any more questions for Jiva?
Oh yeah, we missed a couple. Okay, someone says, oh, why does the landlord have a woman? The landlord is a very straight man, a very muscly guy, but he's super sweet. He feels sympathy for Justin and has said, he was like, I know the guy's a single dad, I know he's struggling in court. And so he's like, I like the guy. I don't want to, I don't want to put him and his kids out. So it's kind of a thing where, and Justin doesn't care enough to become a better tenant because he's used to taking advantage of people's kindness. So it's just that kind of thing. Yeah, somebody else said, the healers thing. Yeah, so it's that was the first session.
They're back on the healer gist.
About him like chanted throughout the house in like hung up crystals at like every corner of the house, every like middle of the wall of the house for a really long time. Um, and he was what is it called? He was convinced that he's like the only one thing Korra has kept winning. I haven't got a single win this whole time. He's like the touch of black magic, and I'm like,
Really?
all those guys won every single game. And I was like, that's what he tells followers. They all laugh on it. Right. The only reason why I even just entertained, like at the end, just going with him and just doing this stupid task that I just want to do, which is the more thing, is because this whole time he was just talking about, he's like, I haven't won anything, what is it? The court is against me because I'm a white man and they're black man and woman, so we just listen to black women. And I'm like, the legal system now loves black women. Okay. So
Can you imagine?
what was telling Korra is God is gonna believe me. Oh, I'm gonna win you. God is gonna believe me. When they come here, they're gonna believe me. I'm gonna win you. Because I don't support you. For about 12 months to 15 months, that was his son. After they've gone to the court a few times and he didn't get what he wanted, now turned around. No, the only reason I'm back is because I have the and all that. That's what that is what I really lost respect for him. I'm like, oh, seriously, believe this? Because I actually advised him. I'm like, buddy, just FYI, I know that you say this to me all the time and you believe it, but I do not actually take your butt to court and make the case about race and gender. I'm like, it's one thing if you want to, play the victim card in terms of, by default, I guess judges tend to give the moms custody. I'm like, if that's your thing, sure, say that. But I'm like, you will get laughed out of a courtroom if you try to take your white self with blue eyes and be like, it's because I'm white. That everyone's attacking me because I'm white. Like, I'm like, you sound so delusional. And like, I'm telling you as another human, he just give you that feedback that's not going to be received well. And he literally was like, why did you text me this before I have to go to court? And I'm like, okay. So I couldn't stop him from looking stupid and embarrassing himself. So please show some love. Give us some love, guys. 249 of us on this live. Please like up this live. Show us some love. Put some love on our payment link, guys. Send us to me. I have subscription as well. Please, guys. I want to ask you one question. He's back now. I have a theory. I think my theory about why he's back. He's back? On what, Facebook? No, he's back on Facebook. He hasn't done a live. But after you did that with Amira, first of all, you made a quote about surrounding yourself with blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, being yesterday, he put a video out. He's doing his educational content. Because every time he's on a corner, comes educational content. So, why do you think he's back? Because he hasn't been online since the 24th until yesterday when he didn't go live anyway. But
Oh my
so
goodness.
I have my theory. I did a video last night about my why. Yeah. What do you think? Why do you think he's back after he just said that out? I don't know. I mean, maybe he is. I mean, I would feel very special if it was me, but I don't know. But maybe I don't know. I guess he thought that his work was done after he called me a thief, made up a couple of things. Apparently, it was alleging that I am out here doing DRUGS. But I'm like, I guess he thought that would be the nail in the coffin. And I'm like, I'm like literally all I can do. Oh, thank you, Kadeen. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm like, apparently, because that is the best he can come up with. Or I think, because after that, I guess after the booty thing, that was, he had a damage. You can't have somebody say booty stuff about you and just go to hide. So I guess he needs to show up and be a man. Oh, right. Like you said, did he just come? He just said that he does DRUGS?
Yeah, he accused Jeba of doing that.
Saying something about me.
let me tell you my conspiracy theory about why she did it. I think she ran away because you told me, are you trying to do me dirty while I have this about the nonsense? That's my theory. I might be wrong with this whole thing. So now that you have said it on Amoira's page, I think you felt try to see if his supporters will say anything again, but they're kind of sympathetic towards it. So I think he just brought that video as a tester to see if this fans or not. No, it's like kind of relief. Kind of relief you don't have that over him. That's my theory anyway.
The way Jeba is going, it doesn't seem that Jeba is going to stop talking anytime soon. Seriously.
I did have, yeah, he deleted what he called, he said, I'm defending my reputation from receiving the link. The thanks for defending my reputation from funny thing about the post, tell us about the camera because he came to post the option. But then we talk about that house, that home staff the house. Then you were sitting now he came through the light said you were called trying, didn't steal. He called you a thief, but it's now trying to. So
I'm an unsuccessful thief. First of all, if I do something, I'm going to succeed. That's disrespectful. Thank you. Second of all, the girl who I guess stood by him was the girl who I I guess was staying at the house for like 2 to 3 weeks at that point. Like she was essentially a Haitian girl. But I am also Haitian, but you try to get us to bond over that, and I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to set up here, but absolutely not. So I'm like, I just kept my distance from her. But yeah, she went to speak with them. Was it on June's birthday? It might have been actually. I think around the time of June's birthday was like the first time she came, I believe. And so she went to speak with them when they came back.
If you're just joining us, you are welcome. We're listening to the second interview
And he's like, oh,
from
you use the
Jeba,
bathroom. And I'm like, and I hear the shower.
JD's nanny.
He knows how to use the shower. And he's like, oh no, the whatever is in there. And I'm like, you have a
Random person.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't like anything that he tries to think about me. I'm like, I walk over to her and I get so like, well that's what I think he even posted that want them um and it's kind of he's like more into women than she is men. He's trying to like form a relationship to eventually get married. And I think he is more easy to control than me, I guess. And so that's what he brought in to start like replacing me once I told him, that I wanted to quit. And he's like, no, just give me 30 days notice, give me 30 days to prepare. But I'm like, oh, okay. And so as soon as I told him, he was in the DM working on getting her to come here for child care. So that's that girl. And when I came, that was the last day I came to that house after I like went to the hospital because I needed a place to sleep. I came back because I think I couldn't stay overnight. So I came back. I just texted him at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I'm like, do not say anything, please. I'm like, I'm just giving you a heads up that I need to come back to the house. Not gonna do anything. Blah blah blah. I just need a place to put my suitcases, take a nap, and then I'm going to check into a hotel. And so I was at the house just for a few hours, literally just because I napped. And then I went to look for a knee brace in his office. There was none there, and so I went into his room, which I like helped reorganize and cleaned many times before, whatever. Knocked on the door first. Didn't hear an answer, so I'm like, oh, okay, great. He's not home. I didn't feel like having a conversation.
That's her explaining what JD came out and accused
And so
her of.
I just go to his just his work desk, and I just pull open like a big drawer, seeing if there's knee brace in there. There's nothing in there, but I'm like, I'm pulling this drawer. I see this girl, and it's 2 p.m. This girl is like in bed. I feel like I disturbed her, and like she's more shocked to see me than I ever see her. And I'm like, oh, I had no idea you were still here. You moved in, but basically, she sat up and she was like, "Hey, it's a pink cake. You need something?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just sorry to keep up. I'm not sure. I didn't know anyone was here. I was just looking. I was looking for an e-brace. I showed her my hospital thing. I'm like, I'm looking at the hospital e-brace. I don't see one. It's fine. I'm sorry." And so oh, that's a good point, Marlene. Yes, the Haitian woman is a woman, and she was dating one time. Yes. And so yeah, that was that, and I just went to get my suitcase and stuff, and now the girls are freaking out, like calling us and like, "Oh my God, I'm on vacation. How could you do this? I'm on vacation." I'm like, "Crap." And so I tried to apologize to her again, but she was like wanting to fight, and I'm like, I'm down to do that. The reality is that on my way out, I actually stole something from me, a birthday gift that I got, and I texted Justin. I'm like, "Hey, I don't want to see the whole thing. Just tell her that something that she grabbed was yours. Tell her that I'm not like trying to call the police or anything. I just want my stuff before I leave. This was the last day, like when I was packing, trying to leave this house. So I had to wait like another 2 hours for him to get home and just didn't tell me like, oh, she didn't give it to
I
me.
just wonder what they were
I was
doing.
watching her the whole time. And I'm like, you were literally gone for 2 hours. No, you weren't. It's like he's very irresponsible with his
Yeah,
stuff.
Jeba.
And so the first time that girl
Jeba
came
and
here,
Jeba.
I actually hid my stuff. I hid all of my jewelry, hid all my passport, all of my nice things. It's like, you didn't have to do that. You couldn't steal. And I'm like, you don't know that. Everybody here is a stranger. Exactly. Like, that's why I'm like, you don't know. And that's the thing where I've been kind of upset at him for still taking so many risks. I'm like, you're lucky that you met me. I'm a good person. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to sit by where you keep taking the same risk when it's unnecessary just because you want, you want to look at a different woman taking care of your kids. But you're like, that, you're going to blow up your kids' infrastructure at home. So it is, yeah, it's that girl who lied and said I took a camera. But I'm like, I left half of my fittings at his house. They're still there. And oh yeah, because I had to pack light, I could only bring a few suitcases. So I'm like, I didn't have room to take my favorite things. So I'm like, I don't know why I would have taken a camera instead of my own nice stuff.
While you're talking about that camera, I have a story to tell you about that. So when they were, Korra.
Oh, they're back talking about the $7,000 camera.
That woman from China, that one took it to Nigeria.
We're
Said him
almost
about that.
done. Okay, the interview is 2 hours 24 minutes, so we're at 2 hours 5 minutes, so we're almost rounding up.
Yeah, and all that. But then, because that drink comes from the literally,
I feel like he is a kind that he likes to trap. And so I think that the pregnancy is definitely like intentional from his end. I think he's like that.
Yeah, for Martinez, no. So already Korra said the first time he wants to live. It was kind of, you have to live, you can't live. You kind of food and all that and all that. But anyway, let me ask this. Like while I was saying I'm praying about that camera stuff. So Korra now went from the street wearing her, but when she fell pregnant, the mother is thinking. She was like, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna die of hunger with my baby. So the mother instinct kicked in. There was a woman she met, a Lagosian she met, and then she met that the woman said that she was already on the chat in Nigeria, but she came here because of love and gave up all that. And then when she now came out, it was like, oh, I'm pregnant. I cannot do that. They were sleeping where they even left the drug and was sleeping at the floor where his chiropractor, like, oh no, I can't do this. She now got a costume. This lady helped us to get a customer costume. She was 4 months pregnant. She was going out to beg for her on the street of LA to put food on the table. So anyway, and also to save money for Eunice delivery. I'm just telling story now because we're going to round up. I'm going to ask one question and I'm going to round up. My fan will want to keep here. We need to go. Okay, yeah. She saved money. She was there. She now gave herself target was money and she saved for delivery. The first time she saved 5,000. They paid them 5,000 for the delivery. She thought it was 5,000. After that, they said, oh, they're going to another 5,000 for the consultant. She cried and said, oh, no. Sometimes they have to go back. I think that's my opinion now. Is I think after that experience,
Mm-hmm.
he decided that her next video,
Mr. JD is always up to something. Always, always, always.
wow,
Oh.
he has camera and all that. What about the back of the Athena? The camera disappeared. That was when this man was planning to be lonely. So he was. That's my theory now. Was getting all that. But anyway, months down, the camera got disappeared about the camera. And then I think last year September, they were concept, and then up 101. I was like, oh, that's the camera. But nobody said anything about the camera until he came back and said, Korra was trying to call Korra. Look at the camera. It was the acting. He hit it in the acting and all that. And we went, oh, you're not confessed. So you are the one that actually hit the camera because it doesn't have the camera. You have it. That was just people now brought out when he was saying leveling up and all that. So that camera was actually that camera.
This man.
Oh, wow. Because he thought he would get all our followers and all that. He didn't know that content is hardware.
That's funny. And he didn't know that he needs a personality to
be able to content creation. So every time he's in a video, he will come back and say, all I want to do is educational content.
So do it. Have you seen educational? I have fun. I haven't.
So somebody wants to know. Yeah, let me ask you the last question and then we'll go to say thank you so much for joining. Guys, please, we are Korra and for three of us. Please show us some love. The seasons for giving. As if we do two questions. One person asked here because he came
Okay, so let's see. I think they still have like 2 questions to go, and then they're just gonna chit chat a little bit, and that'll be it.
This upstairs, I don't know how they do it. Nothing to do and all that. So they get dinner. Can you ask if at any point there were anybody doing knocking on the door that
that's a bogus story.
I know the answer is just try to tell that. Because I'm like, I was boyfriend, I was looking there as well. I would also be there. What? He wants to be a main character. Oh my god. People were knocking on his door. No, I did not experience it. But I was trying to like talking about how he said that he tried to say that like the first time around like then people to I don't know to like sending black men to intimidate him.
That's always the line. That is always the line. Oh, you just what have you scheduled? Have you scheduled? Because we're almost through. We're almost through. The interview is now at 2 hours 10 minutes. Have you scheduled? Y'all get ready to go to Yo-Yo's channel, turn on notification because her life will be the one coming up next. So yes. Bye. Oh boy. Let me see, 85. Oh, battery low.
I think he just so that just break it off so they just came back.
Well, you wasn't there. You wasn't there.
Exactly. And I said to him, I'm like, oh, by myself? Like, yeah, that's fine. And like after I said,
I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because he just didn't care as a father, or it's probably because he was just so trusting of those total strangers that he brought into the home and leaving them with those children that were under 5. Really, it is weird that you would just somebody that you just met, you just leave your little child in the bathroom for the person to go and give a shower to that little. Oh my goodness, God protect those children.
again, like I have that's exactly how my dad was. I have that. Let's say if Justin was smart, like my dad is like the grand master of being a horrible man and like a man who just uses women. So I think what's it called? Yeah, Justin is the less smart version of that. Like he's really
and he comes and tells people that we are not we are not all that is
oh my god.
also, but then everything is just thank you. I'm thinking that I'm talking about thank you, sharing, Sakina, thank you, sharing. Guys, please, we're gonna come off live now. Please, people some love. Thank you, sharing. We need to release now. Thank you so much for coming. Did you say anything about Visa? Well, I call her Visa.
Yeah, he just said when we met, he was like he was what's it called? I guess bad about their breakup. They broke up like maybe a few 4 weeks after he and I met. Yeah, I know he was bad. And he kept mentioning like, oh shit, one more bottle. Like he kept trying to. I'm like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
What month
But
did you sorry, what month?
I think March.
This person,
Yeah.
he never rests.
I think it was April 22nd
Mm-hmm.
that we found out that it broke up. So let me tell you a story about winter before we go.
Mm-hmm.
When all this comes out, tell us that how horrible Korra is, Korra is a platform, so therefore after and blah blah blah. And swore that in his next relationship that he will not.
Okay, so the person the host is referring to as Winter is actually Summer.
The models, the background, the child psychology, know how he has to care for all that. And anyway, if they are going for God, the LA model or whatever, he followed that. This man was literally going after her, Pamela on.
Like a paparazzi.
Started begging this
Paparazzi mood activated.
He literally was begging her to come on. You asked me.
knowing self-worth, you will not even be with JD because all the handwriting was on the wall.
You know, your daddy holding and me, I started with and he was how already.
Tell you why they broke up though.
But somebody mentioned because he's trying to get her like be upset at Korra, like get on board with that narrative. Is that it?
He wants to tell that come to life and you know there's a bit called that both. I think what he was wanting was for her to come on live and go and support him. Why she wasn't doing that, he was there talking about Korra every single time they were there together. And at one of the live by now I found that he was one of the live said that the happiest ever they did was time with Korra in China. Then he had a woman in the house. The next day on her life, somebody was like, "Oh, we like you both together. You make our couple."
Yeah.
Then lady went, "Baby is single." Of course, you know we are gonna go to
The thing is, she even
find out.
tried,
While on his
because every time he was bashing it, even though she was there, like he never stopped.
Wita and I are no more. Her choice. She said, "Good person, go and support her." But then when she left for talking to her, and then I call her Farida. All that. Anyway, thank you so much for joining.
This part of the story, I'm hearing it for the first time. Really? So what? So what? Freda is the one that shuts people off, shut people up. Are you serious? What? But didn't he just say that what's her name? Summer is a veteran and whatnot. And I think Summer posted, but I think the US they just celebrated Veterans Day not too long ago. And I think Summer posted photos of her in her, uniform and things like that. So I don't think Freda will be able to shut Summer up if Summer really wanted to talk. But I think probably because of a whole lot of things, she doesn't want to really, really put herself in this hot mess. That's why she just kept quiet and moved on and never said anything, even if she has a lot to say. All right, so that's about it. This is just a little bit of, they're talking about Jeba's this and that's why
Where we come from, basically, we have made, we are out.
this is basically them talking about Jeba and all of that, and it does make sense because JD always look for people that going through one thing or the other, and that's what you see. But yeah, it's 2 hours 40 minutes now into this stream. I wanted y'all to hear from the horse's mouth, hear Jeba as Jeba tells her own side of the story, talked about how she was mild, she used creams and oils and this and the tool and the behind, and he was on all fours and this and that. Forget all these people that would just be parading themselves as straight men. Straight, do we still have straight men in this world? Very few. They be doing the most behind the scene, putting different sizes of whatnot and then pretending what I don't know. Anyways, allegedly, that's what Jeba was actually alleging that happened, and so many other things that she said that you already heard yourselves. So let me know what you think in the comment section if you're watching the replay. I'm gonna round this up right now. Y'all get ready. Oyoyo's live stream is coming up soon. Okay, this is Oyoyo's World there. If you've not subscribed to her channel, please go do subscribe, turn on your notification bell, so when she comes live you'll be able to catch us, and we will all be over there when she comes on live. Okay, thank you also very much for joining today. I wanted us to just come in and listen to this interview and see. I don't know what Jabba will be dropping next on Facebook, but we'll just keep following the story. But the thing with Jedi now, he's what is he called? He's now a motivational speaker. Is he going to address this? I doubt, because this is deep, and anything he tries to say or explain, he will only be digging himself deeper into this whole thing, because this is a hot mess. But anyways, thank you also very much for joining, and I will see you all later. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. God bless you. I'll see you later. See you later. See you later. See you later. More gist, more celebrity gist, trending topics, world news, and more stuffs are coming that we're going to be discussing. So I'll see you all later. And also, Jeba is also still talking, and so many things. We don't know what next JD also going to be saying, and it is what it is. So okay, thank you also very much, and I am off. See you all on the Yoyo's World live stream. Bye for now. Bye, bye, bye. God bless you.